Sheila. Uh, uh, uh. Sheila. Hey, good afternoon. I was supposed to be here like 30 minutes ago, but you guys would never know that because I get to show up when I want to and y'all pressed. Like, whatever. So I'm late and y'all even, and you're upset. Guys, what is we talking about? Oh yeah, Diddy, duh. That's all we talk about. Just kidding. We talk about Drake too, don't we? Yeah. So hello everyone. It's your boy, the SeanDavieWay show. I'm gonna let y'all come on in the room. Let y'all get on up. Now, the notifications, they going out. They going out. They going out. Slowly but surely. Yes. My name's SeanDavie. Hello, everyone. Hi. Oh, my goodness. Sabrina D. Adorn D. I love you, too. Colette, Crystal. Denicia? Is that right? I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Taurus Queen, Corey, Nicole, Michelle, Missy, Silver. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love you guys. I love you guys. Hi, HBIC Room Check. I like that name. Hi, Viv B. Boo. Hi, Black Barbie. Caitlin Burlees. Amazon. Is it Yashika? Yes, I know that's right. Shout out to Kelly, Rule. Hi, Rule. Green Eyes. Tammy, Leah. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to all of y'all. I love y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. It's the afternoon where you are. Good afternoon, Tammy. Afternoon, girl. Good afternoon, girl. Yes, hi, Miss Platinum, Lindsay, Medusa, the real McCoy. Hi, Black Snake Moon, the real Empress. That's on period. Melissa, Renee, yes, 6 months member. Just I'm off and finally caught alive. I'm so glad you off and caught alive too, girl. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. You know, I know a lot of y'all be trying to be here when I'm live because I'm amazing. Whatever. But you know, y'all be busy. Y'all be having real lives. Shout out to Leah Miss Bugs, that's Grand Rising. Thank you, sweetheart, Grand Rising. To you as well. Electric says it's 9 a.m. for me, so it's good morning. Oh, it's a rainy day in California. I thought it never rains. It never rains. I thought that's what that were. I thought that's what that were. Tony, they did a lot of lying. They absolutely did. That's just what that were. Okay. Shout out to Dog Mom. Thank you. Sweetheart. Silver Blue says it's in Southern California. She said Cali. Silver Blue. They were not specific. Silver Blue. I be feeling like sometimes you be coming here to argue with me too. That's what that were. Look. Did Tony. Yeah. Tony. That's just what that were. That's what they were. Tony. Got your nerve. And my girl, that's what I call them. Nah. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Now the title, I forgot. It says, hold on, let me look. Girl, I forgot the title. Oh, I'm getting old, Lord. The Upper Room. What is this title? Sean's now say, Diddy got bail? Question mark. Okay. Diddy chased and the interns and employees. Ella Degeneres flee country with her dyke lover. Drake destroys hip hop. All of this is horrible. All of this is terrible. Terrible. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Now, y'all know what's always the reason for my titles. right? Like I don't just write them like just to write them. I don't believe in clickbaiting. Or anything like that. So we're going to talk about titles, of course, and we're going to get into the titles. Please, that's like over 400 people in the bid and 109 likes. Thank you, everyone who has double tapped that screen thus far. Double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap. Absolutely. And we'll hit our 500 goal, okay? Shout out to Silver Blue for the Super Stick talking about some high. Hey, Silver Blue. Okay? I feel your energy. Okay? Your energy giving a little piece of why I oughta. Just kidding, I love you. Thank you for the super sticker. I adore. So yes, y'all. We got a lot to talk. Jay-Z having them people over there with Tidal, the new parent company, the block. It's owned by Jay-Z. He's telling them, look at here, don't say my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. So, yeah, so I need Beyonce husband to come on to the forefront and tell us everything he know. I know they're trying to tie it because they don't know exactly who Diddy gonna snitch on, why he in jail, why they got him over there, number girl. Because they ain't gave no support, they ain't put even a couple of dollars on his books. They ain't sending him no illegal cell phones, nothing like that. Jay-Z ain't went in there and put his titty on the wall, on the window, and told him that, he did none of that for Diddy. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the. So the first thing we're gonna get into is Drake because he's cute. So it's just like why not? So one of the first things we're gonna get into is Drake, and then we'll, as the likes get to 500 and I'm girl, we'll get into the title. Did he get bail? I've been seeing a lot of articles and people dropping that, and bloggers that Diddy has gotten out, that he has gotten bail. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Degeneres, okay? Ellen Degeneres done left the country, done fleed with that white lady she go with. The one that was on Nip Tuck. I'm like, Ellen, stop acting like you fleeing anything other than because what Diddy might say why he up in there. Because Hollywood done kicked Ellen DeGeneres out a long time ago, okay? When Ellen DeGeneres did her last stand-up on Netflix, she said a lot of things in the stand-up, which was basic. So Dory from Nemo is definitely feeling some type of way about Holly Weird. Absolutely. She said they kicked her out. They said, look at here, Dyke. Okay. We are sick of you. We sick of that bowl haircut. We sick of them dude suits. Okay. We is a sick of you. Okay. We don't like you no more. Your wife, she aged out a long time ago. We don't want her no more. We don't want to toss her mask on. All of us in that bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. We sick of her. Okay. You never had any churn. So, you can't sacrifice none of them. You can't get none of them to her. We is sick of you, okay? We ain't doing no more finding emos or nothing like that, okay? So just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, okay? We don't want you, okay? We don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want you no more. So Hollywood been gave her the boot, right? She's been feeling some type of way, from ankle monitors to kicked out of Hollywood to that black boy over there that used to turn flips. He done passed away. We don't know why. The white wife, just sitting over there screaming and crying, screaming and crying, screaming and crying. So, Twitch done twitched, and, all of that. Girl's a mess. Girl's a mess. So, yeah, so she trying to make seem like her dark lover is done left the country because of President Trump. Because of felon, because of the felon. It's like, girl, you would have been gone. Y'all ain't leave the first time. You have that ankle monitor on. Oh. Ooh, Ellen. Ooh, Ellen DeGeneres. Ooh, Ellen DeGeneres. And I'm a girl. Like, y'all ain't leave the first time. Y'all ain't gonna get on that gay boat the time, and I'm a girl. Like, why y'all leaving now? Because he ain't got y'all back? Because Trump ain't got y'all back no more? Diddy all up in court putting a Trump letter all up in his plea or why he should get out. Like, look at here, a felon is president. Hello, like trying to call on Donald Trump, and Trump like nigga, like yeah. He can see me. So and my girl Trump like, yeah, I know we shook hands before. Yeah. Look here. Look here. No, we shook hands. Not anymore. So yeah, they're all over it. So that's just what that were. Let's tap the blogs real quick before we get into Drake. Is there anything going on in the blogs? I stopped watching the blogs because y'all is real boring. Y'all is not doing y'all job how y'all used to do y'all job. Neighborhood talk, I'm sick of seeing baddies. I'm not watching that shit. Like, we're like, girl. Ooh. So let's get into this. So did y'all hear this? Because I read this earlier. Wendy Williams is now permanently incapacitated. Did y'all read? According to her legal guardian. So according to her legal guardian said, look at here, I'm going to be her mama forever. Mm-hmm. And I'm a girl. Y'all said, Silence, I know you. Like, are we like really familiar? Like, I don't see no wrench. I don't see none of that. You missed the shout outs, girl. Like, yeah, we doing content. Absolutely. So, but love you. Yeah, we doing the content at this point. Be on time. Y'all be talking about me when I'm late. Be on time. That happened at the beginning. Yeah, I'm not these other content creators, girl. I keep the content a moving. That's how the chat move. Yeah. The more you talk to the chat, the less it move. The less it move. But when you do content, it move. So that's what that word. You know what's my nightmare? To speak to I thought we would know each other. Cause I mean, did we used to date? You miss me, baby? I'm gonna put it down. You gonna fall in love? Do you miss me? Cause I'm in a relationship. And it's kind of working out. Absolutely. Long as he keep that money coming in, we gonna be together. But soon as a layoff, I'm in between y'all. We don't do the in between. We're allergic. Oh, I'm allergic. I'm allergic. Oh, you ain't got no job. Oh God, that's what oh my God, it's over. Oh my God, packing my stuff right now. And so that's time. I'm allergic. You gotta be bringing in the money, and I'm a girl. Money makes me. And I'm like, girl, money makes me see you in me. Like it totally does. There's like nothing without the money. Like if you ain't got no money, God, you're ugly. You could be one of the finest, 6-pack, just stacked. But broke, yeah. You gonna have to be all that over there. Yeah. You fine there, man. You fine, but I ain't gonna sweat you. So, and I'm a girl. You fine, but I ain't gonna sweat you. Yeah, yeah, I decline. God just get sick. And I'm a girl. So back into how you do it. So the cowardly lion, our dearest Wendy Wendell, ooh, go on, girl, is permanently gonna be a guardian. I was gonna have guardian, until her passing day, pretty much. So Sabrina Morrissey, Wendy's legal guardian, filed a motion to the court to have certain details about her health and finances redacted from the public due to Wendy's health becoming worse than before, and their need for privacy. And the doc Sabrina claims Wendy is cognitively impaired and cannot physically or mentally take care of herself. Ooh, girl. We don't know that for sure, though. Like, how do we know that? We don't. So I think that's crazy to be filing for motions that you haven't proven. Sabrina, we hate you. Absolutely. Think that you should be fighting for her to get better, whatever she's allegedly going through. Last we checked, y'all pretty much moved her into a treatment facility, and she's been in a treatment rehabilitation facility ever since then. So, What are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about proving that this is happening? Because we need to see proof. Yeah. Last we checked, Wendy was doing okay. Not, wasn't saying that things were in decline. I mean, she's sitting there and her brother, her husband. Who poor Wendy. So she's sitting there, like, it was a little off. It was a little off, but at the same time, I don't think it's anything that can't be repaired. I think you just have to want the help for her, and I think that she will take it because she was again in a treatment facility. So how worse? Like, she's supposed to be rehabilitating. How are you declining while rehabilitating? That does not make any sense to me. And I think that it's important to show more proof of these things. I do think that Wendy should have somebody looking over her finances. I do think Wendy should have somebody around her making sure that she's like not drinking and, is eating properly, and stuff like that. I do believe in those things. But as of taking away things that, I mean, she's in the last, part of the last part of life. She's an older woman, so it's not like she's a 40-year-old or 50-year-old, she's getting older. So with that happening, again, I just don't think like if she wants to do things, still explore certain things, if she wants to do like radio and podcasting, I don't think those things should be like no's. I think they should be yeses. While if you're helping her rehabilitate and get better, I think Wendy definitely loves, doing shows and podcast, rather radio podcasts or on television. And I do think it's her dream to go back. So I don't think Sabrina's helping. I think Sabrina and them know that Wendy is telling the truth about certain things and they need to keep her quiet, especially about her money. So yeah, I definitely think that. So shout out to Wendy Williams. Hopefully her son fights this. I'm sure the family is not just going to, just let it happen like this. I think that they will do what they need to do to, to protect, they family member. I would hope so. So, shout out to Kevin Jr. Shout out to him. I hope that they save her because that's crazy. Like, what the, like, wow. That is insane. Let me, sorry, I need to bookmark this because I didn't see that they had an update for this. And we're going to talk about this too with the Drake stuff. Okay, so speaking of Drake, because I really don't see us to talk about, Khaled and his sexuality. Stop lying to people. Stop lying to people. It's that simple. Like, it's so weird. Like, in this day and age, I feel sorry for Khaled. Now, if you don't know Khaled, send me your location. Like, I like him. Like, he's cute. I love his voice. Love some of his music. And yeah, I just think it's trash that I don't think it's cool for a person to be outed, but at the time, it's like we're living in 2024. The gay community is very so much accepted in all of the industries, pretty much. There are still people that have homophobia and are biased towards, gay people, but still at the same time, it is super accepted. It's never been more accepted than now. So to come out here and be sleeping with men and stuff like that, and you're not open about it, you're not out. To me, I don't feel like people have to keep your secret because it's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? So like me, I'm open, loud and proud, type of situation. If I sleep with you and you are closeted, that is your fucking problem. That does not have anything to do with me in 2024. All that means is if you don't want this information out, don't sleep with me. Then there's nothing for me to go and tell. It's that simple. Keep it in your pants. If you don't want people stating their experiences, because that's all it is. If somebody like, oh, you ever sleep with him? It's like, yeah, I slept with Khaled, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I slept with him, blah, blah. Not like, why do they have to hide it, because you are? No, that's just what you doing. Just don't sleep with any men. Just keep sleeping with females. If that's what you want your experience to be. If that's what you are into people, that is going to be. Now I understand when a lot of, gay people in the industry, they don't want, Khaled, not Khaled, not DJ Khaled, Khaled. It's the same, spelled the same way. So, I mean, it's basically the same name. They just pronounce it different. When DJ Khaled says Khaled, Khaled calls it Khaled. But it's spelled the same way. So, Yeah, the singer. But yeah, I just think that that is weird in 2024. Back in different times, I would understand. It's like, oh, you're out people. That's not right. Blah blah blah. Like, yeah, no. Because then when y'all do get popped and then y'all do decide to tell the truth, y'all want support from those same set people. And I get again what I was going to state before is that with most gay artists and why they stay like the Frank Oceans and people like that stay closeted is because they don't want their audience to think that the music is like gay music. Like in the lyrics and whatnot in the song, he's talking to my man. It's like you want everybody to be able to relate to your music. So straight people, gay people, like everybody, type of situation. So a lot of females will like a person like Khaled, right? So when they're singing the song, they don't want to think that he talking to another miracle. Because the music is emotion, music is feeling. So when Whitney got up there and said, "How will I know?" We didn't know that she was talking to Robin. Yes. We didn't know when Whitney Houston was up there talking about some but she the stud I need. We didn't know that that's what that word. We thought she talking to one milk. Correct. We thought she was up there talking to Eddie Murphy. Somebody like that them football players. Something like that she used to date in the McGraw. Like we had no idea that Whitney, Whitney was over there being a big old lesbian. That her and Rob was over there carpet munching. And they was over there, girl. Like we did not know that. In our mind, she is talking about a milk. She's not talking female. But she could have been. Absolutely. Like she could talk about a girl that whole time. What? I'm just so that's just what that were. We listened to Luther with no problem. No, you listened to Luther with no problem. Mm-hmm. Correct. A chair is still a chair. He's talking about a gay club. Okay, that was a gay bar that he was talking about. That was fine for you. Why he didn't want to dance with his mother? Mm. He said he'd dance with his daddy forever. We'll play a song that will never end. Shoo. And I'm a girl. Why he want to dance with his mom? I would want to dance with my mom. Like, he want to dance with his daddy. Forever. He never want to stop. Gay. Very gay. He said he'll play a song that'll never end, girl. How I love. Over there with that damn Jabberjaw. Okay? So that's just what that word. No, you didn't have a problem listening to Luther. There was a lot of people girls, I was like, queer. Queer. Like, hair flip, like, queer. So, yeah. So, but I mean, shout out to Luther. So I think that that's why a lot of people, stay closeted. Because, they don't want people to think that their music is like gay. Lil Nas X, when he came out with Old Town Road, everybody just knew he was talking to a girl. That's why girls liked him so much. And then they found out that he be over there. I think your sister's pretty, but let's boy it. So, and I'm a girl. Then it was a problem. It was just like, he lost a lot. And that's why people run around like, oh, Lil Nas X fell all the way off. Yeah, super gay. Super gay. Even gay people were like, it's a little much for us. Like, you doing a lot. It's like RuPaul and we get it all at once. It's too much. When it was a little sprinkles and doses, that we could take it, but he even got too gay for gay people. He coming to the YMCA. He coming to the club and the music just kind of just stopped. He could. Hey. Yeah, like he became way too much, So that's why he fell off. Like literally, that's why he too gay to function. Like, you're like way gay. Like way gay. Like he became Saucy Santana gay. Like it's like, are you a girl? Like, do you want to be a girl? Like, he became way too gay. So that's what that word. He don't know who you are. He don't know who he is. He has no idea who he is, and you can tell because every time he does a release, it's all over the place. It doesn't make any sense. It really don't. It's just like, what are you talking about right now? Like, what? Why? Like, most people don't want to be in no club talking about some sex. Like, we're good. So it's just way too much. So I understand why people, maybe he didn't want to be Lil Nas X, dropped off from the face of the fucking planet. Even when you drop, it don't matter. Maybe he didn't want that. Like, maybe he didn't want that. So yeah, like Saucy Gay, yes. Saucy Santana is too gay to function, like way too gay. And he wonder why he ain't made it nowhere in the industry. The furthest he done went is on tour with Lizzo. Them tearing up tour buses. I know my girl. Absolutely. Because she want to hire a 16 plus size dancer to slow the bus down and talk to him the whole time. I guess America always calls me fat, so you guys are too. I don't know. But moving right along. So let's get into Drake and Kendrick. Almost to 500 likes, and we will get into Diddy. We absolutely will. We have not gotten to the Diddy proportion yet. That's why you're here. Then hit the fucking like. Okay, love you guys. Mwah. Smooches. So it says Drake takes legal action over Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us," and I have to say, Drake, we're breaking up. Correct. Drake, we can no longer be together because this is very embarrassing. Okay, you and Quincy, you two hot yellow motherfuckers, have really been trying it. You really have. This is why I usually stick with, tall, dark, and handsome. Like, this is why I typically stick with those guys because they're like way less disappointing. So you beiges are really acting up this year. Like, you beiges. Yeah. So my last beige is Quincy. Quincy, you the last one. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm gonna need you to be good to me. I'm gonna need you to be good to me. I'm gonna need you to be good to me because I'm giving up on beiges. Okay. So you like the last of the mo's. All right, Quincy, do your fucking thing. All right, because I'm over you guys. Like, I'm over you guys. So yeah, like first. So Drake has launched legal action against Universal Music, accusing the label of artificially boosting streams of Kendrick Lamar's diss track against him, "Not Like Us." And papers filed in New York, Drake's company Frozen Moments LLC accused Universal and the streaming giant Spotify of engaging in an illegal scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to promote Lamar's song. Drake, this is pathetic. This is literally pathetic. It's like, shame the on you. Like, y'all say that when Kendrick Lamar was dropping like "Not Like Us" and other songs, and whatnot, it's like, oh, it's an obsession with Drake. No, if anybody is obsessed, it's Drake. Drake is obsessed. Drake is the type of individual that feels like since he lost this, that it has to be other reasons that it happened. Because I feel like what he really want to say is because Kendrick Lamar look like us. Kendrick Lamar is a black man. His daddy black, his mother black. Okay, that is a black person. Okay, that's the only way. I ain't about to argue with nobody. That is the only way to be black. That's it. There's no other way. No other way. Literally, girl. Like, that's the only way you can be black. And I think that is what he wants to say, because Drake is melanated. He gives hip hop, like the birth hop black man, birthing it. And my girl, that's the reason, he won. And since Drake is mixed, that's the reason he lost. I honestly feel like that. I do. I think he thinks the black community went so hard on the song "Not Like Us" is because the song is not like us. So what is given is Drake, you don't look like us. You're not one of us, is what title of the song leads to. And I think that Drake has always felt that way, being Jimmy in a wheelchair, from Degrassi and, coming, I feel like he's always felt like a less than. I think a lot of mixed people have that when it comes to the black community. Feel like they don't belong on this side and they don't belong on that side. They feel like they don't belong anywhere. And I believe you belong in both. Having mixed children, I tell them that all the time. Y'all are mixed. Like, you're not black. You're not. Because that's preparing them for society. Because a lot of black people in society are going to disagree with you when you say that you are black. So it's the same thing with Drake. When he goes around trying to push that he's black, look at his son. He's see-through. He's see-through. He's see-through. If Kendrick Lamar would have had a baby with the woman that he had a baby with, he wouldn't look like that. Shout out to Drake's son, Adonis, cute kid, and everything. But your son is, I mean, literally, damn near blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin. Pale skin. Hold on, let me. Okay, can y'all hear me? Sorry, I got a phone call. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, so his son is clear. He is. He's basically like clear. But that's what happens. That's what happens when you not like us. I mean, that's what happens when you're not like us. I mean, someone my skin complexion can still produce a child that is that color. Like albino, like if that runs in my family, you know, something like that, which it doesn't. But if it did, I mean, two black people can get together and create an albino child. I mean, it's just more so of a genetics type of thing and hereditary, you know. But yeah, so Kendrick Kids is black, even though he would I don't know. I don't believe she's biracial. I believe she's black. Maybe she's mixed. But either way, because I don't think that there's nothing wrong with that. Like somebody like Drake, I think he has a self-hatred when it comes to being mixed. There's nothing wrong with being mixed. There's nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with being white, Asian, so on and so forth. Like there's no shame, you know, in any of that. You should be proud of who you are. I don't feel that with Drake. I don't. I think Drake be proud to be looked at as black, not looked at as what he actually is, which is mixed. Like you're not black, and that's okay. Like it's if a mixed person wants to identify as black, know that that is how you are identifying. Know that is not what you are. Okay, I don't understand why people try to make being black so cool. Anyway, it's a birthright. Okay, we're not a trend. We're not a thing. Like we're none of that. Let's just go through. Yeah, no. Not at all. My kids crying and stuff, not wanting me to go to the store a couple years back or go anywhere because they need to be like George Floyd because of what I look like. Yeah, because I'm a black man. Yeah, that's why they didn't want me to go to the store. If I look like Drake, I feel like they would have been fine. See, we get back, Dad. See, we get back, Dad. You know, just saying, because I look like George Floyd. I am a representation of George Floyd, not Drake. So, yeah, because I'm black. Floyd was black. So, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. Just like there's nothing wrong with Drake being mixed. That is the problem. Not feeling black enough. And the black community supporting that song, Not Like Us, that hurts Drake. Drake is hurt by what happened. And he's not necessarily hurt by Kendrick Lamar because they've been beefing. He hurt by the community. Black community has scorned Drake. I'm just kidding, real. I really feel that way. The support of the song is what has him doing all this. That's what he cannot. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. 317 likes, over 600 people in bid, almost 700 people. And please hit the like. Please hit the like. So I think that that's truly what this comes down to. Ego, you know, and his being bruised by the black community. When you go from getting support from people for so long, and then they kind of just turn their back on you because that's how he feels. Kendrick Martin got the Super Bowl for the song Not Like Us. Drake don't want to hear that song at all. At all. And it's because the songs that he put out didn't get the same support from that same set community. He just knew the black community was going to jump all over because that's who are the literal jury and judge at times when it comes to the hip-hop community. Black people. Black people. It is. We stamp what's cool and what's not. That's why you don't hear white Twitter. You don't hear Latin Twitter. You don't hear Asian Twitter, but you do hear black Twitter. You hear black Twitter all the time. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? Yeah, black Twitter deemed Not Like Us the winning song. Black Twitter. Okay? That's why he's so pressed. Although he a mutt. He like 4 or 5 different things. You know, German, Jewish, black, white, all types of stuff. Right? Sitting over here a whole mutt, mad. Okay? A whole zebra set. So it's just like that is what it's giving. But I mean, let's just keep it real. When it comes to Twitter and anywhere else, it's black when it comes to hip hop, especially. Okay, we are the pioneers. So we get to say what was cool, what wasn't, what was whack, what wasn't, and whatnot. So, and they were even hard on too. Like when Kendrick came with the follow up, everybody was kind of just like, okay, Kendrick, like let it go. Like you won. You did that. You did that. When it came to Drake, I think Drake's songs were more so of him trying to be like strategic, whatnot. And Kendrick made a banger, that was smart on Kendrick's behalf. Make a song people can dance to, move around to, and then at the same time, have fun with it. Like songs like Hit 'em Up, and stuff like, those songs were fun. Now don't get me wrong, Tupac was in. Oh. Woo! He definitely went in, but Biggie wasn't in no damn courtroom talk about some look at here, Jay-Z, Nas, like nobody was Machine Gun Kelly, Eminem, like did nobody go into, you know no one went into court, just like I have proved. He is just scorned by the black community. That is all that is. Drake feels like an outcast. Hi, Tip West, love you. Drake feels like an outcast. Definitely does. And the black community did that. And, he can't take it out on us. He can't. So since he can't take it out on us, he's going to take it out on Kendrick. So that's what he has been doing. It's like a upset child, is what this is giving. And I do want to say this as well. Drake is not suing anyone. That's another thing. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. This is why I said this is really childish, because he's not suing anyone. Let's get into that. So it says Universal Music Group did not reply on Chan's. Drake's lawyers allege it instead launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves. A spokesperson for Universal called the claims offensive and untrue, adding that fans choose the music they want to hear. So Spotify and Universal, just like that is a complete lie. All of the streams is based off of what people are actually streaming, what people are listening to. Like that's how the algorithm, when it comes to Spotify and other things, are chose the people want, right? So if you look in your Spotify history and see that this song has been streamed 56 million times, then that means that is a song that the people want, that people are consistently streaming on all over the place. So like all over the world at that point. So that those streams are being reported to like Billboard, and other places. And Drake feels like the streams and the numbers of the streams were being manipulated by the platform, Spotify and Universal Music, to push an unfair campaign against him. So to make it look like, to truly embarrass him, because every time that, again, the song Not Like Us is a diss. So every time it's played, no matter where he at, and it's being played everywhere, that's why he says payola, because it was all over the radio. It still is. I'm not gonna lie. I heard Not Like Us so many times on the radio, taking my kids back and forth to school and just running errands. I hear it often. So he's saying that the payola, all that, but no, the song is literally being requested. You have people calling in to these radio stations and sending emails, commenting, where iHeartRadio and people like that, like Not Like Us, play Not Like Us. It's a big song. So if Not Like Us was trash, then I could understand him being like, okay, I feel like, because the song is trash. But the song is a great song. Not Like Us is a hit. Like I'm saying, I would be lying if I said I did not like that song, Not Like Us. That is a lie. I love the song. I love the song. It's a good song. It definitely gives a California feel, make you want to, sea walk. And make you want to join a gang. Like it's just like, can I be a Crip? Where do I sign up? Or is it blood? I want to be one of them. Like, it's just like, I want to be a hoe. where do I sign up, Kendrick? Like, I want to gangbang. Correct. Correct. I want to leave this life behind like Akbar V and be an unfit parent like Tokyo Tony and just, yes, I want to be a blood. So, like, that's just that word. So, like, I understand what gangs done grew. Silence, girl. I want to, silence, girl. Yeah. Yeah. I want to join a gang. All right? Anytime I hear that song, I just want to go. I just, like, it's like, I like it. It's my unit. I like it. Okay? So that's just what that word. It's a great song. You know what I mean? It really is. It's one of those, what you think we outside for. Like, it's definitely given that. Like, who, what? What you say, beige? So, that's just what it's given. So, and it stamps Kendrick Lamar a better rapper than Drake. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. It stamps Kendrick a better rapper. It stamps Kendrick like Kendrick's that guy. You could never Drake. Like it does. And I think that's the thing that he cannot take. Because now I don't think people looked at them as like a competition before. But once they started beefing, people did. People started comparing their music, all of that. And then, Not Like Us happened. That like Drake can't recover. He's been trying to recover. He can't recover. And it's the community. The community got him in the head, like, not Kendrick Lamar. Not Kendrick Lamar. So this is one very upset beige. So Drake is like very mad. So Spotify and Lamar yet to respond. Kendrick, don't you say nothing about this. Focus on the Super Bowl, Kendrick. Focus on, you have things to do. Drake does not. Okay, Drake over there bored. Drake over there rich, bored, and beige. Okay, so yeah, don't worry about him. The petition is not a full lawsuit. Okay, so technically, it's not a lawsuit yet. Okay, so everybody running around, oh, Drake's suing, Drake's suing, Drake's suing, Drake's suing. Not necessarily. Not yet. But a so-called pre-action petition. So what Drake put in, what he done filed, is a pre-action petition, okay? Please hit the like, 385 likes, almost to 500 likes, over 700 people in the building. Please hit that like so that we can get into the next. So, so it's a pre-action, on which Drake's lawyers can to ask, I don't know why it says it, but it literally says like that, can to ask. That's weird. Or to order Universal and Spotify to preserve all relevant documents, information ahead of future legal action. So Drake is saying, I'm not going to sue you right now. I'm going to wait till the Super Bowl. Correct. Correct. This just me tapping you on your shoulder. Like, so that's just that. But around the Super Bowl, I'm gonna sue your mother ass. Okay? So that's just what that's giving. Like he gonna hold out for a little bit. And then wait till something big happen with Kendrick. And then he gonna be like, boom, lawsuits in the room. So that's just what that were. The BBC understands the action is principally aimed at Universal, with Spotify named in the belief it may have information that would be relevant to a lawsuit. Okay, so they want this information. Like, look at here, send that over here, all y'all numbers. So when we do sue y'all, we got the proof that y'all done finagled and yes, he does need to tuck his Karen in. His mother's side is showing. His mother's side is showing. Drake wants to be black. Drake wants to be black. I mean, think about the hairstyles, the braids, the two braids with the what you call them, the barrettes and the marbles. You know what? All of that. No, Drake is mixed. I'm black. No, I'm black. Drake is mixed. My mom's black and my dad's black. If Drake can't say that, he not black. That's weird. Y'all don't get to change the definition of black because y'all mixed and y'all feel like, y'all don't want to be left out. That's on you. That's something internal that you need to get with because you're not black. If you're not mixed, well, no, literally, my mom's parents are black. My dad's parents are black. They are black, and they had me. So how can we have the same definition if you aren't what I am? That's stupid. Like, Drake is not black. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not literally going to change science and biology, you know, and all of that to fit your narrative, to fit why people should make you black. And no, he's mixed. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. If you're mixed, there's nothing wrong with that. Be mixed. Sorry, you're not sitting next to me mixed telling me you're black and I'm, no, you're not. Because then I can say I'm mixed. Like, why do you get to be mixed, but I don't? Because I'm not going to get any of the privilege that you get from being mixed, because y'all do. Beige people do get privilege. You do. Especially women. Men, but women, very so much. Correct. Like, I'm not going to argue with you about my beliefs, because if I'm not wrong, I'm not saying you're wrong. You're not wrong. You're just not what I am. And there's nothing wrong with it. In the story, I don't care if you're treated like us. You're not. I promise you. I promise you. The George Floyds, the Sandra Blands, the Bree, all of those people they look like me. George Floyd don't look like Drake. He don't. People that look like Drake, what happened to George Floyd, don't really happen to. Rare. People that look like me, yeah, they'll pull their weapons first and ask questions later. People that look like Drake, they actually walk up to their door and ask them for license and insurance and all that. Not me. Not people like me. It's a way lower chance that anything like that happen. Drake can get smart with the police and they not take his life, because he has. Yeah. My outcome might be a little different if I have an attitude that the police pull me over. So, here, flip. Like, I'm black, and there's nothing wrong with that. Drake is mixed. There's nothing wrong with that. What's the problem? Like, that's an internal thing. And there's a lot of people that are like Drake, mixed, that suffer from that because they want to be labeled a certain way. They prefer to be looked at as black than white because of the narrative. Black people are looked at as more so like the underdog, you know, and white people are looked at as the oppressor. So they don't want to be the oppressor. You know, I don't want to be, I'm black because my dad's black, because my mom's black. No, you're mixed because one of them are black. That's why you're mixed, not why you're black though, because you're not. So, and that's okay. It's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. That's how I look at it. It's a beautiful thing to be black. It's a beautiful thing to be mixed. It's a beautiful thing to be Asian. It's a beautiful thing to be man. It's a beautiful thing to be Latin. It's a beautiful thing to be just white. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, because then you come to terms with that. Figure that out in yourself. That's an internal conflict. Not a me and you conflict. Like, because we're not going to conflict about it. Like, I'm black, and if you're not black like me, then that's fine. We can still be friends. We can still hang out. Like, all those things. What's the problem? A lot of y'all just want to say the word nigga. So, my dad's black, so I can say it. You know, my mom's black, so I can say it. My dad's mixed, so I'm basically black. Like, you're not, though. And that's okay. You know, so, yeah. Hi, LaRon. Everything is beautiful, but, right, correct. Like, that's my thing. Everything great. Like, there's no hate in me. I don't see color, you know, and stuff like that. But that's just how I feel. Both of my grandparents are black on both sides, right? Black. Not mixed with nothing. They're not Jeep Cherokee and nigga and nothing. No. Just old Negroes on both sides, right? And then both of they turn black, decided to have me. So I'm black. I'm not mixed with anything. None of that. I'm a miracle, a proud one at that, right? If that's not your definition of black, you aren't. That's it. In the story. It's nothing to argue about. Like, it's not an argument. So, shout out to y'all. All right. Moving right along. Girl. People love to try to make you racist. Well, my mama might be black, my daddy may be this, but I'm black. Okay, if that's how you want to identify, you go right ahead. Good for you. Just know you ain't gonna be none of that around me. You're mixed around me. Now you could go anywhere else and be black. You go right ahead. But when you're around me, you're mixed. And there's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to you. Like, in your family. Like, girl, it's not a problem. Not Like Us was widely seen as the decisive blow in an escalating rap beef between Drake and Lamar earlier this year. Drake's court filings highlight the song's runaway success, 96 million streams in 7 days. Crushed it. Number one in the U.S. charts and top 10 radio hit, but suggests those achievements are artificially inflated. Drake, this is very embarrassing. Like, this is, like, gross. I understand if it's somewhere with a pillow over his head and, like, not wanting to come out. Because this is very embarrassing. Like, this really, like, this has sore loser written all over it. Like, black community, please like me because it was all paid. Now you want to be Nicki Minaj. Now you... Boy, where your ass was at? When Nicki was saying all this about Cordy, where was you at? Where were you? Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. 453 likes. Thank you so much thus far. I just seen Chef come in. Thank you so much. I don't know if that was you, Star, but if that was you, Star, I love you. I love you, Star. I love you, baby. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So, it's like, yo, where were you when Nicki was, talking about sympathy, payola, all of that? Where the fuck were you? Why you ain't going Queen Radio? Hello? Drakeage. Why are you waking Aubrey? Where were you when Nicki was saying all of this same shit? You over there? Can't you see me? Like, that'd be so weird. Like, Nicki was screaming this. And you was over there. Late night when you need my love. Over there trying to sing. Because, Drake, you ruined hip-hop. You did. Kendrick Lamar brought it back. That's another thing. See, you too busy doing that. All of you, it's like, do you rap or sing? I got my eyes on you. I'm like, no. Always copying off of Nicki. Because where the f were you when she was doing Starships and all of that? Get on my damn nerves. The male Nicki. All we waiting for you to do is to marry a dude. Please, his name's gonna be Kevin. You got your nerve. You got your nerves. Beige. Because Nicki done said all this. I'm like, ooh, why does this sound familiar? Ooh, she just didn't sue. Yeah, she ain't, because girl, this is embarrassing. Shout out to 80s Blessed Baby, 11 months for being a member. Thank you. I love you too, sweetheart. Thank you, babes. So, that's weird. That's absolutely weird. Like, how I sound crazy? I'm telling the truth, weirdo. Like, are you not keeping up? When, like, Nicki, she could be backing him right now and be like, yeah, it is payola. Yeah, it is this. Yeah, it is that. She could be doing that, but why was she? When she was doing it, nobody backed her. Drake didn't back her when she was saying all of this stuff. She didn't try to take Cardi to court, whatnot, and said, because she put her in a song or dissed her in a track or something like that. She didn't do all that. She just went on Queen Radio. And even that was a problem. Oh, she's on there complaining about Cardi. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Was she complaining? Because look at what Drake's doing. It's literally the same thing. She just didn't take it to court. Shout out to Monica. Thank you so much for the Super Six, sweetheart. Love you. Thank you, babes. So, yeah, she ain't taking anybody to court. It's the same thing. How's that weird? No, it's just support people more often. Because then if you have the same problem, you in the same industry. So it's a high probability that you may run into the same problems, like with streams. When Nicki complained about that and even changed for all artists, she helped millions, damn near, of artists, because there's millions of artists in the world. She helped them when it came from selling CDs to streams and making streams count in certain places that weren't being counted. A lot of people looked at her as complaining. She wasn't complaining. No. It's just, oh, she's a woman, especially black, like, she's just mad. No. All streams should be being counted. Not in just certain places, everywhere. Everybody, buddy. It's only certain things were getting reported. That's why a lot of her songs and whatnot are becoming diamond now. They should have been diamond. Should have been that. Duh. But everybody looked at it as complaining, although she helped everybody, including Drake. The same thing he arguing about now, he wouldn't even have this argument, especially with streams, if it wasn't someone like Nicki Minaj. Yeah. Who actually stood up to these people. And that's why she got blocked in a lot of stuff. That's why a lot of people don't work with her and whatnot, because she stood up for herself. Shout out to Sunshine for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much. If you got a membership from Sunshine, please thank her. Over 800 people in the building. Please continue to hit that like. We're almost at 500 likes so we can get into Diddy. I know everybody wants to hear about that. So, yeah. So I just don't understand. They didn't support her. They didn't. Drake don't have no relationship with Cardi. No music with her. None of that. Why didn't he come to the forefront with Nicki and be like, yeah, you know what? I mean, Lil Wayne even did to a certain extent. There was plenty of things that Lil Wayne stood behind Nicki, with. Rather, it was just a little post that put up, or something like that. He still looked out. Where were you? Where were you? Yes, I know about the prosecutor resigning. Absolutely. With his caseload, Eric Adams and all of that stuff, I don't blame him. I mean, he's the same one prosecuting Eric Adams and many other people. So, but yeah, we'll get into that too. But yes, I did hear about that. But yeah, so I just think that that's crazy. Drake and them to have the same complaints as Nicki, but then when she says something, they gets. So then people look at her as delusional and overreacting and, and stuff like that. And then they go through the same thing and people want to stop it. It's because Drake is a man. He's one. At that. That's just how I look at it. Yeah. I just find it weird. I mean, literally, like, word for it, a lot of this stuff, she said all of this. But when she said it, she's jealous. She's this. She's pressed. She's just like, she was just talking. This is pressed because Nicki could have went to the courts about it. She decided it wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. So she just went on Cream Radio, talked about it a few times. And, after that, she was just looked at as, and she wasn't even, Drake is scorned. Like Drake is scorned. He is so depressed. But the black community has him so depressed, so uptight, whatnot. Nicki wasn't like that. Like the black community wasn't turning their back on her. That wasn't happening. But it is with Drake. Yeah, 100%. The black community, like Kendrick, Team Kendrick. And that's what he can't take. These people are extremely narcissistic. So a lot is not even in the vocabulary. Losing is not in the vocabulary. So when you have to put it in it, it's a hard it's a hard thing to do. So yeah, but let's keep going. His lawyers claim that the Universal conspired with and paid currently unknown parties to artificially boost the prominence of Not Like Us. So why do you not know who it is? This sounds like a conspiracy. Like, you can't prove nothing you said. You said that his lawyers is claiming that Universal conspired with and paid. That means that there should be a paper trail. So who is the person that they paid? Who? Who did they pay? Shouldn't you have some proof if you're saying that somebody got paid? Why say somebody got paid if you don't know somebody got paid? Obviously, you know somebody got paid. So then you have a receipt somewhere of a payment. Do you know how much the payment was? Do you know who the payment was sent to? Was it sent to Universal? And was it sent to an employee that works for them or somebody that used to work for them? Like, That's weird. Because you make it seem like you have tea, but you don't. Like, because you would say it, you know? You're not saying it because you don't have shit, is what it's giving. Police hit the, oh, we have 500 likes. Yes! Or police is like over 800 people in the bed, and oh my God, I love to see it. I love to see it. The success is real too, Joanne, you stupid bitch. Don't forget about that. The success is real too. And I'm like, oh, so it says the unknown parties to artificially boost the prominence of the song Not Like Us. So then where's your receipts with that? They allege that the label cut its royalty rates for the song by 30% in exchange for Spotify recommending it to its users, right? So allegedly Kendrick Lamar, which how do you know that? Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. How do you know that? What is Kendrick's going rate for tracks normally on there if he dropped his royalty rates 30%? What was his royalty rates before? How do you know that it was dropped 30%? Why you act like you work for him, Drake? That's weird. That's weird. What it's giving is you're letting an insider, you page somebody that allegedly is on Kendrick's team or works for Kendrick or worked for Kendrick during this Not Like Us time to try to weed out information and you don't have enough. Like you have a scorned employee or something in your pocket because how do you know any of this? How do you know? Do you keep up with all of the rappers in the industry's royalties? Or is it just Kendrick? Just your enemies? Just your ops? Just them? Because this is weird. This is please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. Nichelle says Sean Drake has filed another lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar for defamation of character. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up, but defamation of character. Shout out to Tootsie. Thank you so much for being a member, sweetheart. Love you. Girl, over my head. They because why did he sue Pleasure P? Not Pleasure P, Lord, Pusha T. Why did he sue him? Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like, because these people aren't lying on him. Pusha T said that he has a son named Adonis. That was true. And his diss track to Drake. Pusha T damn, they made a whole album dissing Drake. It just wasn't as big. So that's why he wasn't so pressed. Pusha T didn't have a Not Like Us moment. Not at all. He should have dissed Drake to grinding, to the beat grinding. Grinding. He should have dissed that. Shout out to Miss Jamie for becoming a member. Love you, sweetheart. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Over 900 in the building. Please hit the like. So I just find it weird. Like, why would you be suing? You didn't sue Pusha T. Like, because he was telling the truth. And the same thing with Kendrick Lamar. He's telling the truth in the song. Like, that's what you are pressed by. Because he's not sitting there making stuff up. No, he tells the truth about you. And you don't like it. Narcissists don't like when you tell about themselves. They get real riled up. They get real riled up. Okay? They don't like it. It angers them when you tell them about themselves. Like Diddy, this is why he like losing control. That's why he feel like his head is about to explode because all of this negative press. Shout out to Miss Jamie for gifting a membership. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Because he cannot take it's the reputation. Their reputation is everything to them. You know how they are looked at in the public. It's like really all they feel like they have, right? So it's just not a good look, with all of this bad press. And Drake, even though he's not getting bad press from Not Like Us, the song is still doing phenomenal. And it's haunting him because Kendrick is still performing at places. The first time Kendrick performed, what did he perform it like 3 or 4 times in a row? At that big concert that he did for his People Awards in California, I think. He performed the song like, 3 or 4 times in a row. And I think that was like maybe like a preview to the Super Bowl. I do think that he's gonna do Not Like Us more than once. He may open and close the show with the song just because he knows that it really gets under Drake's skin. He knows that it pisses Drake off. So with most of us have an enemy, we're gonna 6 times, Lord. When we have Lord 666. A whole nother story for a whole nother day. Because he could have did it four times, five times. Kendrick, you have to do it six times, and I'm a girl. Shout out to Mama Flip. She says it's the PED statement which got Drake upset, and he will continue to go after Kendrick. What is he upset about that about? Like, does he not remember Millie Bobby Brown? Him texting her as a teen, like 14, 15 years old, texting her about and talking on the phone about boys and all this. Like, what? My daughter could never hang out with Drake. He could. My daughter could never. My 15-year-old, my 13, 14-year-old, 14, 15-year-old. No, no, mm-mm, no. I'll pass. I'm good on all that. Might as well leave Wild Kelly. So and then Kendrick said it as a diss, not as a truth. He said certified foul. Like he didn't like literally say, Drake is like, so that can be argued. And whatnot. So that's not, he just don't like how it came off because Kendrick not the only person that says that about him. There are plenty of people in the industry, rappers, included, that state the same thing about him, that he like him young. That he do. So he has a lot of people to sue. He's only wanted to do this Kendrick because Kendrick's song is massive. It is a big song. So it's like haunting him. If Not Like Us didn't go nowhere, he wouldn't care. Because why he ain't suing him for names? He did other disses to Drake. Why is Not Like Us the only one being mentioned? Because it's popular. So like it gives that. It gives sore loser. Like this is what it gives because they're all just rumors. Like and it's a song. So that's another thing too. It's not like Kendrick Lamar's going around interviewing saying that Drake is pedo, and all that. Like he's not. So it's a song. So I mean, people make up things in songs and stuff all the time, But if it's his opinion of him, then that's his opinion. That's not going to change. And why would he expect someone to say something nice about you in a diss? It's pathetic. This is pathetic. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Over 800 people in the building. Please like. So yeah, it's pathetic. It really is. Like Drake ought to be ashamed of himself. People in the rap industry and hip hop have been dissing each other for decades. So for him to take it this far and try to like, are you serious? Nicki didn't sue Remy for Sheetha, and Remy said some crazy in Sheetha. Like she said some crazy in her song. Like she did. She like went there. But Nicki didn't sue her. For what? It's hip hop. Like this is what we do. But you're about to play on my top. You're about to play on my top. You ain't about to play on my top. Did Jay-Z say you could use this? Did Nas say you could use this? Let me call Nicki said, let me call Nas. Let me call Jay-Z while we still get along. Before I cuss him out. Like, Nicki just handled it. Yeah, y'all get that off the air. She did just that. She didn't say y'all go file a lawsuit. Like, weird. It's pathetic. Like, it's truly pathetic. Like, he should be ashamed of himself. Like, I don't even show his face with this information being out there. Like, I would be mortified. Like, if I was a Drake fan right now, I would be, what the fuck are you doing? Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. So, okay, his lawyers claim blah, blah, blah. So, the filing also cites supposed claims from a whistleblower on a podcast. I'm feeling like he's talking about DJ Academics. DJ Academics, I feel like Drake is talking about you in this lawsuit, this pre-petition, if you will. I do. It says from a whistleblower on a podcast. I feel like who y'all think he's talking about? I think Drake is talking about DJ Academics because Drake fucking hates DJ Academics. He hates him. And anytime any Drake tea come out, the Academics is one of the first people live talking about it with a huge audience. And he is also Team Kendrick. So I think he's talking about DJ Academics. and academics is known as a whistleblower as well. So I think he's talking about DJ Academics. They were paid 2,500 to set up software bots that would stream the song on repeat, turning it into a crazy hit. Lies. That is just not true. Like that, it's a lie. Like, come on, Drake. Like, this is pathetic. Like, it's sad. It's really sad. The effort spread to the streaming services. Drake's lawyers like, how are y'all just saying that? Referencing online reports that fans who asked Apple's voice assistant to play Drake's Certified Lover Boy were instead delivered "Not Like Us." Drake, this is pathetic. This is pathetic. Oh, this is pathetic. But we will keep y'all updated on that. Until then, let's get into Diddy. So I see online there are a lot of people that are saying that Diddy got out on bail, that the judge approved him bail. Before I say this, let me one more time shout out to D. Thank you so much. Says, hey Sean, you look nice today. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for the super sticker as well. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks. Let me pull this up and make sure. Go Google Diddy. Diddy bail. Oh, it's not right there. So yeah, let's go. 16 hours, 19 hours, 2 hours. Diddy's bail update, lawyers, hands, security. Okay, we already know that. Okay, boom, boom. Prosecutors say Diddy should stay in jail. Okay. So the sites that are and the YouTubers on here, like a lot of y'all YouTubers are so pathetic. Like I literally hate y'all. Like I literally hate y'all. This is how we know Diddy is not out. One, you can go onto the roster in New York and see that he is still in the penitentiary there. That's one way. Two, when a person is getting bailed out, they are processed and removed from the system in the prison system. Okay. It also lets you know that the person is bailed. Three, Diddy would be out of jail. Correct. If Diddy was bailed out, he would be getting out within hours. Okay. And not even how the normal bail goes. I do think that they would show him treatment, and I think that he would be free within 2 hours, 2 to 3 tops. He would be out. He is not out of jail. He is not out. He has not been granted bail. That is a lie. So any content creator, YouTuber, TikToker, blogger, internet article that is stating that Diddy is out on bond, that he was approved bond, y'all are lying. Anybody that said Diddy was denied bail, y'all are lying. That is not true. Okay? The judge has not made his decision yet. He can make his decision whenever he wants. If he wants to do it this week on Thanksgiving, he can do it on Thanksgiving. You can be bailed out at any time. So you can be put out on bond moment. I think that one of his stipulations should be that his bail should be higher. I think that his bail should be like 200 million. I don't think 50 million is no. I think him offering 50 million is I want him to be as uncomfortable as possible if they are going to release him. The judge not giving his ruling on the bail thus far to me is not good news. I think the reason why it's taking longer is because there are negotiations being made about his release and the conditions of his release. I think that it's a little tricky, and trickier with the million, was the billion type of status. I do think that the judge looked at his defense team as 200 million for an LOL. Yeah, I think it should be like 200 million. If he can afford 50, he can afford 200. Is how I look. He got to put more of those properties up, like the Star Mansion one as well, and the one in the Homely Homes in California and all of that. I think that they should. Yeah, I think that if he is going to be out on bail, that because it limits his resources, too. That's how I feel. Limit his resources. Like, limit them. So make it as high as possible. Ooh, y'all saying 300 million. Make it as high as possible. He can afford it. Was he not a billionaire, or billionaire status? So, yeah, take as much as his resources away as possible so that it's less likely that, he'll have the funds and whatnot to be able to, because it's a lot of witnesses and a lot of victims and a lot of people who have lawsuits and stuff like that. So, and the only way for him to do a lot of these things is being attached to money. So try to encumber as much of it as possible. Limit his resources. Um, limit them. I think because his travel rights has already been taken away. Um, One thing I have noticed too, he still has not necessarily agreed to give up his passport. He's so willing to give up his families, his children, and whatnot. So, yeah, I think that he shouldn't be allowed to travel at all. If it's not, and I don't even think he should be able to leave his home. Wherever if they do bail him, wherever address in New York that he's going to be using, I don't think he should be allowed to leave at all. No seekings with people and stuff like that. I do think only certain people should be let around him. I do. I also think that I don't even think that he should be allowed to see his children unsupervised. I think that there should be somebody supervised there watching the children because I feel like he's been using them the entire time he's been in jail. So, I mean, the prosecution even brought up the potential of holding them in contempt for things that they've done while he's been incarcerated. Certain conversations, removing certain things from homes and stuff like that, evidence, and stuff like that, witness tampering, having them contact witnesses, having them allegedly go fight a potential witness like Ray J, had them go jump on them, stuff like that, or get people to, yeah, they've been implemented in a lot, and Baby Love is a criminal man, okay? She is the criminal mastermind. So all of them should be held in contempt, especially Baby Love. She needs to go first. Okay? Baby Love need to be round up immediately. Immediately. She is a danger to society. She is out here ruining lives. She out here getting people's shows canceled, sending an IRS up there to her research, and all of that. She is a scandal and a nuisance, a cute one, but that's why people is fooled. Baby Love needs to go down hard, okay? They need to raid wherever she is, okay? She is a frosty finger felon, okay? And she is felonious. And she absolutely is. So, and that's just what that word. So, Diddy has not been released from jail. The judge has not decided his ruling on letting him out. But I do think the longer we wait, that there are negotiations being made in the background. I think that it's going to be a little bit less of a headache. Judge to free Diddy. I do. I think it will make things a lot easier if he wasn't in the MDC. That's just my opinion. I think that they're tired of all of this. There's been a lot of back and forth, prosecution, and the gun, and having a man cell raided, and like it's just is how I think that Diddy and the judge and the defense attorneys are looking at it like it's easier to just get him out. But I do think they came in a little cocky, stating that he's going to be at the Miami home. Like no. Like, I cannot believe that they even let that come out of their mouth. I think Diddy wanted to be there because it is a lot of evidence that there is the stuff y'all missed in that raid. It's some stuff y'all missed because why does he want to be there? He wants to be there because I feel like he has more power there. He thinks that because he's lived in Florida for a very long time, and has shook a lot of the right hands. And a lot of those people, the ones that we don't necessarily hear from, the big, the small fish, the ones that like work in police departments and stuff like that, the power he has, I think that he can utilize that if he is in Florida. He utilized it in New York because they are on him and on him like hardcore. So if he pee, they go listen to the drops in the toilet, type of situation. So I think that he has more power in Florida, and that's why he wants to be there. So let's get into on Diddy, okay? And the prosecution bringing him forward about ex-employees of Diddy's and how he has chased people hurt people, harm people with hammers and all type of crazy stuff. So let's get into that. Shout out to Mama Flip. She says, Diddy want to be in Florida because of the Trump connect. Trump has completely ignored Diddy since he's been in jail. Also, Diddy even listed Trump's letter, which we're going to get into, Trump's letter. And I think that that was kind of like a, because he hasn't spoke to him. So it's kind of like a smoke signal, if you ask me, that he have his defense put Trump's letter inside of one of the reasons to why he feels like he should be out, even calling Trump out a little bit on being a felon and whatnot. I think that that's him like, ayo, ayo, like the bird call to Trump. And I think that Trump wants nothing to do with Diddy. Trump has enough table, enough. He has charges himself, but from what I gather, they are until further notice. Trump ain't got to worry about those charges. Pretty much the judge over the case basically postponed it and to further notice, if you will. So I think Trump is not worried about that. I think Trump is worried about inauguration and stuff like that. Presidential stuff and getting as many of these illegals, as he calls them, out of the country as soon as possible. I think that that's what he's worried about. I really don't think that the only way I could see Trump intervening is if this case had something to do with him. I think Trump is pretty confident that his name ain't gonna come up. I think Trump's pretty confident no one will be suing him or listing him as any of these, freak off assailants and what. I don't think he's worried about any of that. So if he ain't got nothing to worry about, why would he worry about Diddy? I think Diddy is the last thing on his mind. I don't think he wants any affiliation. Even Trump going harder on sex traffickers. He wants to even put it so that they can get the D penalty. These are the charges he is facing. I think that Trump would save Mike Jeffries before he saved Diddy. I do. I think that that Trump would reach out and show him a favor. Now, if Diddy got charged, maybe pardoning him, I could see maybe that. Like years down the line or a year or two later, after the trial, maybe. As Trump's leaving the White House, the calls are rough, pardon Diddy. I could see something like that. But which could be something that happens. Like it could be, something that happens. But I don't see during Trump's candidacy, it would be smarter to stay far away from Diddy as possible. So if somebody snitches, which Diddy, I think a lot of people in the White House are worried about what Diddy's going to say because a lot of very, very important people have been to his parties. So, I think a lot of those people are fleeing and running, not because y'all got again, distraction. Trump being president is not why a lot of these people are leaving the country. Diddy being in jail is because he knows a lot. There are some very important people on those tapes allegedly and that have been to his party. Mike Jeffries owned Abercrombie and Fitch. He is being charged with a lot of the same charges that Diddy's being charged with right now. So yeah. So if anything, I could see Mike Jeffries taking a deal. I don't see Mike Jeffries going fully through trial, and I don't want to say that. I do see him taking some type of plea. If a plea deal is offered, I think that, that's just what that word. So, and I could see, Trump stepping in. Mike Jeffries and Trump have a relationship, so just like Trump had a relationship with Diddy, I think the bond, the connection will be stronger to Mike Jeffries than Diddy. So I feel like, maybe Mike Jeffries, but I highly doubt. So I highly doubt that. So yeah, move right along. So lawyers for Diddy say that they are sending a security guard to inspect the 3-bedroom New York City apartment where the disgraced mogul will stay if he is granted bail this week. Okay. So again, I do think it's a high probability that the judge may be letting Diddy out on bail. I think that there's a lot of bail restrictions and stuff because the prosecution is really going to be if Diddy gets out of jail. I do believe that witnesses will back out. I think that it will tear their case apart. them having to start from square one with a lot of things, them having to revisit a lot of the witnesses and try to gain some type of confidence and getting them to not be fearful of coming to court, and whatnot. I think it's different going to court and that person's going right back to jail versus going to court, like a trial and whatnot, and testifying against this person and they leaving on and getting in a car just like you is. I think it's a little different, So the confidence that they had that Diddy wouldn't get out, because I feel like the prosecution has been promising them that he's not getting out. It will be bad. It won't be good. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Over 600 likes. Thank y'all so much for people that tapped the screen 2 times. I really appreciate that. Shout out to y'all. In a heavily redacted court filing on Tuesday, Combs' lawyers told the U.S. District Judge Arun that a security professional was going to the apartment to assess the location. Security was also looking into where cameras and other security measures could be put in place. So they really want to keep their eye on him. They really want to keep their eye on him. And make sure, like, look, we just coming and going, all of that. And I do think that house arrest is definitely on the list, like, because they to keep their witnesses safe. The exact location of the apartment has not been disclosed, but Combs attorney Mark said it is on the Upper East Side. Combs, 55, is currently behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center, Brooklyn. Now, let me tell y'all why I feel like the attorney, having given the judge the location, not for Diddy's safety, that can be easily, redacted so that people don't have his address, because of course he's like public enemy number 1, and they want to protect him as well so that nobody tries to come and hurt him, and stuff like that. The property that Diddy is going to be staying at is one of 2 properties. It's going to be the property that Ava Combs, that he had her at. Girl, I should share my screen to show y'all. The property that he had Ava Combs at, maybe he's getting her out of there, clearing her, because I don't think that the connection with them is like over. It's kind of like Stockholm. Is how I feel. Like once you're connected to these people, you're kind of like always connected. Like R. Kelly's victim Rashona, she still deals with him to this day. Okay, from teenage year now. She even became one of the girls that showed the new girls the ropes, if you will. Please hit the like. Over 900 people in the buildings, over 600 likes. So it's either apartment, maybe he needs time to clear out all of Ava's things, and stuff like that, or Kim Porter's apartment. Kim Porter owned a place in New York, and when she passed away, it was passed down to Quincy. She left it to Quincy, so Quincy's property. So it's one of those is what I'm thinking. So it's either the apartment that he was keeping Ava Combs in, the white adopted daughter that from the viral video, or Kim Porter's apartment, because he owns it. That's Quincy's apartment. When she passed away, he got that property, and he still owns it to this day. He was even living there a while he was filming a project. So I think it's one of those. So either Kim Porter's old place or the place that he had Ava staying at. And I think that because he was keeping them secret, because again, when the judge asked where Diddy would be staying, Diddy said in Miami. He tried to get his defense attorneys to get him to be bailed to Florida, which is crazy when the case is happening in New York. That's why I'm like, the audacity to even mention that. Like, why do you think that they will let you go there? Like, you're an idiot. Or you're just that narcissistic to where you truly thought, like, the judge was going to be like, okay, that's fine. He can go to Miami. He can go chill on the beach and all of that stuff until, or I just think maybe he just wanted more space. Because being New York, it's not like he's not in a business right now buying mansions, and stuff like that. That's not a good look. So the whole apartment thing, I really think that is Kim Porter's old place is where he will be staying. Those are my guesses. The apartment that he had Ava at, or the Kim Porter's, and I think she had like a brownstone or something like that. So one of those two. Or maybe he's getting a new property. Maybe he's, in the process of having, because none of his properties are in his name. None of them. All of his homes and stuff like that, even the home with his mother. That's not none of these people houses. This is how controlling and creepy he is. None of the like the house of Homely Hills, that's in the twins' name. The Miami Star Mansion home, that's in the twins' name. Absolutely, because he still has full control over them. That's why he didn't have any properties in Chance's name or Baby Love's name, because Baby Love won't gonna give it back. She'll give it back. And same thing with Chance. He don't trust Chance and Chance's mother because there's no properties in their names. None. But there is property in Janice's name, which is her home, but like where she stays. But he owned Kim Porter's home, her lake home that she passed away in California. It was in That was in Diddy's name, not Kim's place. She just lived there. He owned it. Same thing with Cassie. When Cassie was with Diddy, the really nice apartment that she had in California, that was Diddy's. That was not hers. That was his apartment, and he made her live there, just like with everyone else. So he put the homes in the twins' name, which they are minors. Like, you're putting homes in 17-year-old, 16, 17-year-olds' names. Well, actually, like 14, because pretty young. When he put the homes in their names, because they're in his custody. So he controls them. Putting assets in their names and whatnot. Same thing with the music catalog. The majority of his music catalog is in Janice Combs's name, not his. So Biggie, all of that stuff, when he was giving back the publishing rights to some of the bad boy artists, they were all coming from Janice Combs's side of the publishing. It wasn't coming from Diddy, right? Because he kept certain people who he wants to control, and then the other people, again, with assets, taxes, stuff like that, just put it in his mom's name. But he controls the catalog because he controls her. So she can't sell anything, do anything with anything without his permission, giving her this, but her not actually owning any of these things. Like the twins, if they wanted to sell one of the mansions and whatnot, they cannot do that without Diddy's permission. The mansion in Homely Hills is being sold. It's up on the market now. It's because that was Diddy's decision, not theirs. Not at all. So when Kim Porter passed away and Quincy inherited the apartment that she has in New York, or the place that she has in New York, that don't belong to Quincy. No, not at all. Diddy let him keep it in his name, but that's Diddy's property. That's his property. That's not, Quincy don't run shit. He don't run his mouth. Ooh, he's hot. Quincy is so fine. Ooh, I'm having a hot flash because he's so hot. But anyways, it don't belong to him. Okay, nothing belongs to them. He controls everything, including them. So yeah. So I believe that it's probably either a new property, Kim's property, or the property that he was basically hiding Ava at. The Bad Boy for Life rapper's lawyers once again proposing a $50 million bail secured by Combs' Miami mansion, which his team claims is worth about $48 million. Girl, please. He done made that property value go all the way down. Try like 35, 34, $48 million for that mansion. It's just not happening. And then the idiot bought the mansion next to it because that's how creepy he was, because he didn't want to hit people to hear the screams and all of that coming from it. So he don't just own the Miami mansion. He owns the one that's next to it. That's why he calls it Star Island. It's because they right next to each other. So he owns it all. So it's like his own little mini island, if you will. So yeah, he bought both of them, idiot. Now he's stuck both of them, idiot. Police at the light. On Friday, a judge decided to postpone his bail decision until this week. At the time of the publication, a decision has not been made. Now, this was published. When was this published? Okay. November 26th, 2024, 11:45 a.m. And this is Newsweek, a very reputable source. Okay. As of now, let's do an update to see. Let's do an update. As far as I know, Diddy is still in jail. He has not been granted any bail. The judge said that it would be this week. He is in no rush. It is a big decision, and it's also a lot of stuff to get together before. And then again, the judge knows what this is going to look like. The judge knows what this is going to look like if he frees Diddy. Like, he knows he's going to be hated. He knows he's going to get heated. Okay, 2 hours ago. Wait, 13 minutes. Right here. 13 minutes ago, it was published. Diddy's $50 million bail plan unleashes panic in legal circles. Okay, so again, he is still not out. Okay, he's still not out. Hold on, let me pull up the prison. Let me pull that up so I can give y'all updates as we go along. All right, Sean. Okay. 37452-054 is still incarcerated, and that is Sean Combs. So he is still in jail. He is, or prison, I should say. He's still in the MDC. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Refresh again. Make sure. Absolutely. He is still held. He's still in there. So, yeah, please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. I'm moving right along. Let's get into another reason why the prosecution does not want Diddy to get out, which I think are really good reasons. Right here. So Sean Diddy Combs' decades-long pattern of violence has to be a factor in the latest bail consideration. Prosecution tells judge. The outgoing U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York warned a federal judge Monday to beware of bail efforts for Sean Diddy Combs, as the Bad Boy Records founder has an ongoing history of obstructive conduct and has physically abused interns and his personal staff. Combs is being charged with, the 55-year-old Grammy winner who entered a non-guilty after his arrest September 16th is also facing a flood of civil suits filed almost daily centered on his celebrity-attended, drug-fueled, and videotaped freak-offs. He is looking at life in prison if found guilty in the criminal case in a trial set for May 5th. In fact, citing the currently incarcerated Combs for his decades of long pattern of violence, Damian Williams' office painted a picture today of the defendant, or Judge Arun, that is far more vivid than most anything we've heard from the circumspect U.S. attorneys so far. Their quote, over the years, this is the prosecution, over the years, the defendant's physical abuse has taken many forms, often in context of long-term romantic relationships. Though throughout there was a common theme, the defendant repeatedly and consistently forced and coerced women to satisfy his desires. Often behind closed doors, the defendant engaged in acts of violence against women, including throwing them to the ground, dragging them by their hair, kicking, shoving, punching, and slapping them. He manipulated, coerced, and extorted women, including by plying them with drugs and threatening to withhold financial support and threatening to decimate sex tapes that the defendant had made of their sexual encounters. He intimidated women, including displaying firearms, weapons, GUNs, and threatening them with them, showing up to their homes unannounced and attempting to beat the door down. On one occasion with a hammer. Okay, so it's in that he is a very violent man. Okay, and they have witness proof. So again, these are the witnesses that they're trying to protect. This man done came to their door with hammers, kicking the door down, threatening them, saying what he gonna do to them. So if the judge let him out, if these are the same people that are supposed to be testifying, do y'all think that they'll stay? Why would they stay? If he, especially, and these are women. These are women. These are women. And then, hold on, there's more, because they left this out. I said, well, why did they put this in there? Hold on. Why did they put this in there? Okay. Hold on. This is from People. Shout out to People. Yeah. Actually, let's not shout out to People. Let's not shout out to People. Shout out to Yahoo. Diddy choked intern, put UCLA staffer in headlock to brawl. Now, yesterday we talked a little bit about when, like I said, I think he hit this mugshot. He also hit the mugshot from UCLA because Justin basically got kicked off the football team, if you will, for being late to practice and whatnot. And then Diddy went up there and went crazy. Sean Diddy Combs was so upset about the way his son was being disciplined by a UCLA football coach in 2015 that he went to coach's office and fought with him, briefly choked an intern, and put another member of the coaching staff in a headlock, according to a document newly obtained from Los Angeles County prosecutors. Okay, now this is Los Angeles County, not New York Southern District. So that's why I said I don't understand why the New York Southern District did not include this inside of, because this has been proven. Like, this is true. Like, this is not a game. Like, he literally did this. Okay, let's keep going. But while Combs was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon, making criminal, and I said he threatened these people, he had weapons, like all of that. And then he also brought these really big beefed up security guards with him too. So this is another reason why I actually got a chance to actually choke the intern and put one of the coaches or one of the staff from of the UCLA football coaches team into the headlock and all of that. He was able to do all that because they were afraid, because he got these really big dudes when they're armed, you know, all of that. Like, why wouldn't you be afraid? You know, like, what the, you know? So yeah, so correct. Okay, so let's keep reading. But while Combs was arrested of suspicion, a charge evaluation worksheet from the LA County District Attorney's Office includes new details about what allegedly unfolded that June afternoon, nearly 10, oh Lord, I said early, nearly 10 years ago. Okay, so this was a while ago. I lost my place, sorry. Okay. The new details about the confrontation come as Combs faces a barrage of lawsuits and criminal charges that allege he led years of criminal enterprise. Yeah, and him and Baby Love. Yeah, blah, 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 about the freak offs. After the incident, the UCLA strength and conditioning coach, Sal, who had been the focus of Combs' dissatisfaction, walked away from the argument with scratches and a ripped shirt. Okay, so they have pictures of all of this. Like, he had scratches on him. His shirt was ripped. All because Diddy. Diddy did all this. Not his bodyguards. Him. He did it all. The work says, the intern who Combs briefly choked was left with minor scratches on his neck, according to the documents. Representative for Combs at the time said actions he took were solely defensive in nature to protect himself and his son. Girl. Your son got the boot from the team. Your son got the boot from the team. No, as far as we're concerned, Diddy is still in jail. Please utilize Google. Please utilize Google. Please utilize Google. Absolutely. We've been here going on 2 hours. So please utilize Google. But yeah, so Diddy had no reason to go to UCLA. He didn't have a reason. The coach kicked him off the team. So all that was at that point was a phone call, you know, anything. Why go down there? Why go down there? There's no sass. Use Google. Yeah. Google it. So, him making it seem as if there was defensive wounds. How when you were the upset party? The coach wasn't upset. The coach was annoyed with Justin Combs because Justin Combs being late to the practices or not showing up to practice. So when the coach called him out on it, it was just like, basically, if you're not going to be here with everybody else, hitting the pavement, you know, doing the workouts that we're doing as a team because it helps you build as a team, then we don't need you on a team. You're short anyway. You're not one of our star athletes or anything like that anyway. So, I mean, you know, you can go on about your way. And I'm a girl. So and he told the coach that he had been using Diddy's, his father's, personal trainer, which was Alex Fine, Cassie's husband. This is before obviously they got married and all that stuff. Just again 10 years ago. So the coach didn't like that. Coach didn't take that as an excuse, like, oh, well, you're not coming to practice because you're rich and your daddy, has a personal trainer for you, so you don't have to go to practice. That was not good enough for the coach. So the coach is just like, yeah, you can basically get out of my locker room. Get done. So Justin calls and tells Diddy, like, hey, they kicking me off the team, whatnot. So then Justin he obviously is because the coach told him to leave in the process. So he calls Diddy, and Diddy's telling him basically like, you know what, don't move. Stay where you at. I'm on my way. So then Diddy comes down there, and there's just this whole scene. He comes with a few security guards, beefed up guys, comes in there, cusses the coach out, snatches the coach up, all of that, tries to fight the man. The interns and stuff, the people that work there trying to come and break it up, trying to get Diddy, to stop hurting and harming the man, for him to hurt and harm those people, him to turn his anger, towards them, choking on them, and scratching on them and all the like the girl that he is, with that manicure petty bra, scratching on him, all of that stuff. And, but it went under the radar. Diddy was allegedly arrested, and the arrest come from the, I believe, campus security. That is a criminal charge. So the actual police should have been involved. The Los Angeles police, LAPD, should have been involved. And from what it sounds like, they necessarily wasn't. Diddy buried it, like he buries everything else. He, honestly, he buried it. There was no mugshot. This story really went over people's heads. Most people didn't even hear about this, to show again the power, that Diddy has. So this definitely should have been mentioned in the prosecution's reasonings of why he should be held behind bars. Because my girl. But anyways, so the interns, okay. Representative Combs at the time said any actions took were solely defensive in nature, which is a complete lie, to protect himself and his son. Some of them also alleged that the younger Combs had been bullied by the coach the entire time he was on the team. And that is a complete lie. Justin, again, is short. He's short. He drinking, going to all of these FO parties, all of this stuff, not showing up to practice. And when he do show up to practice, he's showing up late, all of that. Spoiled brat is what he was. So why wouldn't the coach be hard on you? Why would it? There's a lot of kids that have, their parents are robbing Peter to pay Paul to pay their tuition and whatnot to keep them in this school. There's a lot of kids that have to come here based off of scholarships and stuff like that are working their damnedest to be the best that they can be and also focus in school. And then you got somebody like you who got the easy road. All of this is easy for you. You are unappreciative. You don't appreciate none of the grind, the hustle, none of that, because if you did, you would be here. You're not. But you still think that you should get the same treatment. You missing practices, but you still think you're going to be on the field? You still like, why wouldn't he be harder on him? That makes sense. Like, that's not bullying. That's holding you to the same standard that he's holding the rest of. He don't have to say what he's saying to the other teammates if they're there. You're not. That's the difference. You're not being bullied if you're consistently late and he consistently calling it out. Then stop being late, girl. Like, it's you. It's a you problem. Like, but he's supposed to hold his tongue and what, because you Diddy, son? Because your dad done donated to the school and all of that? No, I don't give up about none of that. If you ain't going to be here, you're going to bounce. And then it seems as if you were being bullied, why would you even tell your coach that I have a private trainer? Coach like, yeah, no, you should be here at practice with everybody else. Practicing with it, because it builds the actual unity within, the team, to where you get to know them. The better you know someone, the more you trust them. The more you trust them, the better you are on that field, because you're trusting each other out there too. If people barely know you, then there's not going to be any unity and the camaraderie between, your team and your teammates. You're going to be like this random guy that just shows up to play, not the one that has been eating and going through the same things that we've been going through, dieting together, workouts together, 2 a days, all of that stuff. There are bonds that you can't buy, like that you can't buy a bond like that. You can only create, you know. So you want your team to go out there as one, and that's hard to do if people are he's causing confusion throughout the team because you know they're gonna notice those type of things. If they take an ice baths, you know, all of that stuff, they're so sore and all of this stuff, just so they can get out that field and get out onto that field and get re-injured, you know, and all of that stuff. And then you just come in doing bare minimum. We barely swing any practices. You ain't doing none of the 2 days with us, none of that, and or die, whatever we're doing. You're not doing any of that stuff with us, but you always on the field. You don't think that's going to cause confusion? You don't think that that's going to cause mayhem between the men, chaos and confusion? Yeah. You don't think they're going to think that you are being treated better than them? Like, what? So you're the problem. End of story. You're not being bullied. You're just fucking up. That's all. That's it. 'Cause that's how I'm looking at things. If my son's teacher calls once, I'm not going to look at it the type of way. But if the teacher calling, it's my son. It is. If it's not my son, if something else is going on, it'll show. It absolutely will. It'll show. 100%. Yeah. My daughter last year, I had to remove her from a class because I honestly felt like low key her teacher had like a crush on her, you know, or something like that, because it was weird. Because he kept calling me. It's like every other day he was calling me, and that was getting on my nerves. Because I know my kid is not a bad kid, but it doesn't mean he's not being disruptive. You know, things like that. Kids do that. They can, you know, fall in love, meet a friend in class, they become real cool. So now they're distracting each other, you know, and stuff like that. And they're not paying attention to it, but the teacher is, you know. So, like, I get that. So I got on my daughter, like hardcore, got on her, and it got to the point to where even I noticed that even her and I was starting to have arguments about it, you know, and I'm just like, So then I called the school and was like, okay, well, I want to switch her classes. So the principal's like, okay, cool. We can try that. No big deal. We can switch classes. We got a couple. We'll send them home with her. And then, you know, she can decide which one she wants to take. I'm like, all right, fine. So then this same teacher that had been all of these complaints called me and said, I don't want your daughter to my class. Well, why not? Isn't she an irritant? I want you to be able to teach. And you keep saying daughter and this friend she hangs out with in class are so distracting that you can't teach. Now, I can't control what the other young lady is doing and where she's going to go, but I can control mine. So I'm helping you get rid of the problem. Why are you calling me, telling me that you don't want my daughter to leave your class? The irritant. You don't want the irritant to leave? Why not? That's weird. That you don't want her to leave. Why not? Because that daughter of mine, she's really quiet. You know, she's like timid, you know, when but kids can be, you know, coerced by other people, you know, to, you know, doing things. So I called the principal and told the principal, I said, yeah, move her immediately. Like, if she has that class today, I would rather come pick her up and like take her to lunch until that class is over and bring her back to school. Like, I don't want her in that class for the rest of like, I don't even want her near him. Okay? And that's exactly what happened. Because why are you calling me? What the fuck is wrong with you? If your child is in my class and they're a constant distraction, irritant, I gotta keep stopping my job to discipline your kid, you know, and whatnot. If that kid leaves my class, sigh of relief is how I'm gonna feel. Bye. You know, bye. You know, like that's how I'm feeling. See ya. You make my job just a little bit easier, you know. So thank you. You know, I appreciate it. Yeah, maybe this just wasn't working out. You know, but to call me and be like, I'm like, do you like have like a crush on her? Like, do you like her? Because why do you want her here? That's weird. If an employee in my job is constantly irritating me and they're about to get let go or switch to another position, I'm not going, no, boss, you know, although I complain about this person all the time, please don't get rid of them. That's usually when you like somebody, right? Like you're a kid and you like make fun of a person, but you really think they're cute. When you're a kid and you're like mean to somebody, but you really like them and you want them to like you too. And you're perhaps being mean to them because you want them to know that you like, that you want them to pay attention to you. and they're not. So sometimes we irritate them to get attention. Not we won't. There's truly no hatred there. It's like we like you. I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna like my kid. That's weird. So that's how I felt. I felt like he liked my kid. So to me, my kid was being technically like bullied, in that class by that teacher, if she was never the problem. Because he will always blame it on the other girl. Oh, your daughter's such a good girl. She's this, she's that. She just keeps letting this person, da da da. I said, okay, well, can you put them on the other side of the classrooms? Well, I tried that, but the young lady, she keeps coming up and walking up and talking to your daughter. Then call her parents. What the fuck you on with me for? Call her mama. Call her daddy. Why with me? I can't control her. I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about. We're talking about an anonymous student and my daughter because you're not allowed to say the other kid's name. So, like, what are you talking about? Like, okay, then get on parents. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, I don't give a fuck what she's doing in class. I want my kid is doing. So if this other person you keep trying to, but he could have been doing the same thing with other parents, calling her parents and being like, oh, well, it's really the other girl. It's really her. She keeps getting up. So I just didn't know what to believe when it came to him. Like, I just felt like he was a lying manipulator. Like, he was a weirdo. Like, it's how I'm like, you're weird because you could be saying the same thing. So that, like, I'm like, do we need to have like a conference? Do we need to like, have, oh, no, it's not that serious. Then why do you call every other day or every day? Like, it sounded serious to me because I don't want to talk to you. Like, you're supposed to be teaching my kid. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, we ain't friends. I don't want to talk to you. Like, you're weird. Like, I don't want to be on the phone with you all day or every other, like, this is annoying. And then it just make me mad at my kid. So, like, because you ain't interrupting my day. Technically, she is, So, it's like, now I'm getting angry with my kid. And she wasn't even doing nothing wrong, technically, So, and my daughter would tell me, she was like, no, Dad, like, this is what's going on. Like, she would tell me, just like, because, kids be lying. Kids be lying. But a lot of times they be telling the truth. So, yeah, Justin was not being bullied. No, he was not. He was just a narcissistic, entitled individual and felt like rules don't apply to him because that's how his dad taught him. His dad taught him that way. Diddy taught him rules don't apply to y'all. We get to do whatever we want to. We are Combses, and whatnot. So that's just what that were. That's just what that were. Moving right along. So, yeah, I do think they should have put that in there. He choking people and hurting people, ran up on football coaches, his own staff. My son's annoying me. Shout out to Odetta. She says, let him know what time it is, Sean. Thank you so much for the super sticker, sweetheart. Thank you. Hold on. Let me... Sorry. Shout out to Nikki and Oak Cliff, and Star. Sorry, I think Oak Cliff is the same person. Shout out to Oak Cliff and shout out to Star for the cash apps. Thank y'all so much, ladies. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for the super stickers too. So, moving right along. Please hit the like. Almost 700 like. Oh, look at y'all. Oh my God, y'all are spoiling me today. Oh my God. Oh, now Wolf Jr. Not Wolf Jr. I could not breathe. So let's get into this. Diddy big head ass daughters of Delilah and what's the name? Twins were at the senior day and at school and whatnot, okay? Delilah and Jesse shared a pic of themselves to their joint Instagram account on Sunday that we don't care about, standing in cheerleading uniforms and sashes reading senior hung across their bodies with nobody around them. I said, ooh, that school hate y'all, don't they? Y'all ain't got no friends. Cause girl, it wasn't nobody by them. It wasn't nobody by them. And that's how it should be, because this is how Diddy made it. Why do people, I don't understand, like, Diddy keeps using these kids. They at every court date, all this, for what? For what? They're at these court dates because they are Diddy's voice. They are Diddy's mouthpiece. He is truly using them. Y'all hear me? Shout out to Danielle. Thank you for the cash app, sweetheart. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you, Danielle. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Shout out to Danielle Cash App. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love you. Hi, Sean. Where's your candle lady? I need to get some from her. What candle lady? Well, I got a couple. I actually got a couple. She got a couple. Thank you so much for the cash up, babe. I love you. Um, so him running around with these churn, having him go forth to court to me, is him using them as his mouthpiece. Because again, image is everything to Diddy. And it's one of the number one reasons why he wants to get out. Because right now, if Diddy got out of jail, he could possibly repair his image. He could repair a lot of the things that are been broken. Now, him uncanceling or this cancel culture. And when nobody to me is truly ever canceled, it's just the momentum you put behind. I mean, how much do you want it? How much do you want it? Look at somebody like Usher. Usher has allegedly infected many women, including allegedly Chili from TLC, with herpes. Now, that's usually something a person gets canceled for. 100%. And Usher has survived that. So to me, I don't believe nobody like truly gets canceled. Like R. Kelly. If R. Kelly got out of jail right now and dropped an album, it would be 100%. 100%. The album would do well. It would do well. 100%. It would do well. That's just how I feel. You know, I just think it would do well. I don't think it would do bad. Do bad. Why? Why would it? Look at people like Young Thug. You know, some people were canceling him, but if Young Thug drops some music right now, it's going to be supported. He's going to get a lot of support, probably more support than he was getting before he had all of this attention on him. So yeah, it's the same thing with Diddy. If Diddy got out and anonymously was like, you know, what's the Young Berg. Young Berg got canceled pretty much for after what he did to Masika, beating her up like that and whatnot. Yeah. Now his name is Hitmaker. He's still making hits for people. He's doing just fine. He's doing phenomenal. He's still making hundreds of thousands of dollars producing for people. Like, yeah, he's not canceled. So Diddy could do the same thing. Change his name like he's done time after time after time. Every time Diddy gets into a situation, he changes his name. Correct. He went from Puffy to Puff, then went from Puff to Diddy, then went from, then and the list just goes on. Every time he gets in trouble, he changes his name. Every time. So he'll do the same thing. He'll just change it. He'll change his name. He'll change the LLCs and just get to work. That's all he'll do. People are still going to work with him. It's not going to change. The way it could change is the longer you're gone, you disappear. So if he stays in jail, then that it will go down. It really will, because people will find other people to work with and work for and have produce and whatnot. So he'll lose a lot of connections in the process of being in jail. But if he gets out now, it's still a lot he could salvage. A lot that he could. The majority of the people are jumping on these bandwagons, like TMZ and so many others, and celebrities too, because he is incarcerated right now. So it's more profitable to be against him. But believe you me, Diddy got out, TMZ is going to be one of the first people that try to talk to him. Although they just did a whole downfall documentary on him. They'll be one of the first people try to get a quote or one of the first people. Although they've been doing him dirty, like mad dirty. It just shows you how fake people are. That's all. It just shows you how fake people are. A lot of these celebrities that have been, team No Diddy, all of this stuff, they will flip instantly. 100% right away. Because he still holds power. He does. He still has a bunch of influence. He still has a bunch of connections. Not everyone has spoke. You have the Ushers, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, and so many others that have not uttered a word about Diddy and his current situation. They haven't uttered a word. And they don't plan on it. They don't plan on it because they want to see how this all turns out. If Diddy gets out, they would still rather him be a friend. They don't need him as a foe. When a person has information on you that could destroy you, you keep them close. So when people wondering why Usher is not saying anything, Usher done been around since he was 12 years old. So Diddy has a lot of tea on Usher. He has a lot of Usher skeletons that he could pull out of that closet at any moment. So it would be best for Usher to say nothing at all. People like Neo and others, they're not going to say anything. So if y'all are waiting for them to, do not hold your breath. Do not hold your breath. No. They have no intention of going against Diddy. No. Not even Beyonce, and she is Mrs. Me Too. She misses Me Too. So, because it's crazy that Beyonce's not saying anything. You will go up there and talk on a presidential election before, like, girl. So Cap is giving Cap. Cap is giving Cap. But I'm just saying, shout out to you. So for Beyonce not to say anything, I feel like Beyonce's not saying anything because she know better. She know better. And it's also why a lot of people are fleeing. You have people like Ellen DeGeneres. Get into her, somebody that was very close to Diddy, went to many Diddy parties, many FOs, and all of that. And now she's trying to use the excuse of Trump becoming president again as her reason of leaving, although she had always planned on leaving. She couldn't. She had that ankle monitor on. So Ellen DeGeneres and wife Portia reportedly fled the United States after President-elect Trump's successful bid to return to the White House during 2024 presidential election. However, prior to the election cycle, DeGeneres claimed that her Ellen Last Stand Up tour that she was kicked out of Hollywood for being mean. No, you weren't kicked out of Hollywood for being mean. You were kicked out of Hollywood for being caught. That's all. See, being in the elite, there's a lot of things that they, control. Like they can't be everywhere. So when these people start to take matters into their own hands and do their own things, so I'm putting it like this. Being at a freak off party and you got like Ellen DeGeneres and the Ushers and the Beyoncés allegedly and the Jay-Z's and a governor, ex-president, all of that. When they at those type of freak off parties, those parties are going to be protected. Okay? Meaning it don't matter what go down here, even if somebody die, we got y'all back. It's gonna be like it never happened. Okay? Because of the people that are involved that are being protected. Then, like I've told y'all before, you have people that like what they see, and then they go off and venture on their own and try to do it themselves, like the R. Kellys, Diddy's, people like that. They try to do it on their own. But it's cool as long as you don't get caught. Don't get caught. Because when you get caught, you're the fall guy. Yeah. Because we not going down with you because we didn't get caught. You did. Okay? So you are going to go down. We going to make sure of it. Okay? We going to keep the spotlight on you so that they don't look at us. Okay? Because we may have taught you this, but we didn't give you permission to do it. That's when they get cocky and super narcissistic and want to do these things on their own. That's when the non-protection comes in. That's when they go rogue. So you have people like Diddy, Robert Kelly, and others, Cosby, Epstein, Weinstein, Jeffries, that go rogue, that saw some stuff at a protected, enjoyed it, and decided, I want that for myself. I want to do this myself. But you also have to keep your own people in place. So Diddy getting away with these things for so long is because he had the LAPD in his pocket. When he doing stuff in Los Angeles and places in California, he good. He got protection. When he doing stuff in Florida, he has the protection of the Miami PD, and stuff like that. He has people in his pocket, judges and stuff like that. So like when his son get pulled over for DUIs and all of that stuff, it just gets stricken from his record, because he has people in high places, right? And those people are meant to protect you while you are doing the things that you were doing. Then you have it to where you lose control, where you bite off more than you can chew. When you bite off more than you can chew, then you become the fall guy, meaning you're doing all this on your own. Hmm. So why would we protect? So a lot of the Hollywood elites and the elites that are taken in these parties, the Oprahs, right? People like that, the Ashton Kutchers, and the list just go to Leonardo DiCaprio's and so many other people that have engaged in these same things. They're going to be protected. Why? Because you got caught. You got caught. So Oprah or Beyonce or Jay-Z or anybody else that on the protected high elite, if they're on any of those tapes, they're going to get rid of it. The higher ups are going to make sure all of that stuff is gone. The tapes that they'll leave is the people that they don't mind sacrificing. Like the Neils and the Ushers and the Ray J's and people like that. All of the people that they could just throw into a wood burn or wood chipper. Those people, the throwaways. They're going to throw them away. But the elite, they're not going anywhere. The elite aren't going anywhere. No, they're going to protect those people, and then sometimes they'll even have to protect the person that did all of this shit in the first place. So, like Bill Cosby, I believe Bill Cosby got out because of what he knew. Bill Cosby is a very well connected man, right? So he's brushed shoulders with some of the most powerful people in this country, past and present tense, right? So it's hard to keep somebody like him in jail when he knows so much. Instead of him going out on the debacle, because I'm putting it like this. When all of that stuff was going on with Bill Cosby, we didn't hear from him. We didn't hear from him. Do this to people all the time. Like with the Chris Brown and Rihanna situation. We heard from Rihanna often, but we didn't hear a thing from Chris Brown. We didn't hear anything from him. They would keep silencing him, getting rid of interviews and stuff he would do, speaking on what happened, and because and then NDAs to be heavy. But that's how these big conglomerate companies are. Like Rock Nation. Notice with Chris Brown and Rihanna. Chris didn't say much. Rihanna got to say whatever the fuck she wanted. Notice the same thing happened with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Who's representing Megan? The same people that were representing Rihanna. Tory couldn't say shit. Nothing. Notice? Anytime he spoke, the ending his lives. He went from being live every day on Instagram, DJing, pulling people up, all that. His Instagram was working just fine. Coming up with him and all of a sudden, it's discombobulated. He was dropping an album week to week, damn near, felt like as much music as Tory was dropping. And then he tried to drop an album, talk about what happened, and scrapped. Gone. But Memphis gets to say whatever she wants to say. She gets to interview. She gets to do all of that. She gets to do all of that. Yeah, Jay-Z don't play about that type of stuff like legalities. Jay-Z do not play. Like, let me put up this example. I believe I was just reading this the other day about Jay-Z. Right here. Okay. Rock Nation, this happened 2 years ago. Jay-Z's Rock Nation lays off several executive staff members, okay? It's not that he laid them off. Let's get into why. This comes month after the former president, Benny Buff, I think, or Benny Bo, left the company. Rock Nation has been growing as a company over the years after launching as a record label, expanded into different avenues, including film, television, sports, and philanthropy. Rock Nation has a massive roster of artists and athletes that are underneath their wing. However, it appears as though some changes happening at the top levels of this. According to Billboard, Rock Nation Records has fired numerous high-level executives. Those who have been let go from their positions include Senior VP Promotion Azim Rashid, Senior VP and A&R Orlando Me, Marketing Executive Gita Williams, and Senior Director of Publicity Fairleigh McCast. It's unsure what prompted them to be released from their positions at this point. Now, these are really prestigious titles, for a company. So for these type of people to be let go, it's like crazy. You would think like the company is going under. Aside from letting go the label executives, let's get into it. Rock Nation, along with Jay-Z, were sued by a former boxer they managed. Daniel Franco accused the company of carelessly making him fight 3 times in less than 8 days, which he claims resulted in severe neurological damage. The injury put him in a coma for a few weeks, and now he's forced to wear a helmet at all times to protect his brain. But see, he don't want to talk about nothing like that. He don't want to talk about that. This man has to wear a helmet for the rest of his life. Hi, that's the person. Hi, BJ. Love you, boo. Oh my god, I love you. Oh, I love you. Shout out to BJ. I love her. So yeah, so this man has to wear a helmet for the rest of his life, but Jay-Z secretly, quietly wants to get rid of all of these top executives, the label with Rock Nation. But he don't want to talk about nothing like that though. He want to go quiet about that. Thank you, BJ. Right. Diddy did not get bail. Right. There are so many people that are reporting that he did. It's like, that's crazy. Like, he did not get bail. He would be out immediately. Everybody and their mother would be live about it because there would be cameras on the, where he coming out for bail. The people be already sitting there waiting for him. Like, it's too big of a story. And then if you look into the DOC of the MDC, he is still in jail. He is very so much still in jail. So yeah, these content creators that saying that he got, y'all are trash. Like, y'all are disgusting. Gross. Yeah, I just think that y'all is it that bad out here with content? Y'all that thirsty? Like, ugh, girl. But say no, Jay Z, Lord Jay Z. Diddy is not free. He could be again. The jury, the judge, I should say, not jury, the judge, could release at any moment. Today, tomorrow, Thanksgiving, Friday morning. I mean, who knows? He could say, yeah, we're gonna let him out, or he could say, nope, we're gonna keep him. So, but that has not been decided yet. That's a big decision. That it is. So yes, I found that weird with Jay-Z that he's always trying to like bury legal things. But when it comes and they've always done that, they've always done it. Can we get a hairful? Of course. Of course. Shout out to y'all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Over 700 in the bin. Over 700 likes. I'm loving the odds. Okay. So I can't even trip because y'all been amazing on the likes today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I just think that Jay-Z not speaking on what happened is what happening with Diddy is the silence is letting me know that he is still on Diddy's side. That's all. That's all that's telling me. Beyonce silence is just letting me know that she's on Diddy's side. That's it. That they're still friendly with him. He is not their enemy. It is all that is saying because for Beyonce to not people work for her or work on any of her tours or anything that she has going on, if you're on the Me Too list, why not say something about Diddy? Why not let these victims know that stand for them like she does with her Me Too list? That's her letting people know that she stands for the victims, That's why people like Dame Dash, because Dame Dash can shut up. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Diddy, you are no better than a Diddy. You are absolutely not. You can't judge anyone. He was dating Aaliyah. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. He was dating Aaliyah after she was with Robert Kelly, right? When Jay-Z and R. Kelly went on tour and made the Best of Both Worlds album and part two, Dame Dash was in full support of the music. Dame Dash was right there with him. Like, how could you even be around R. Kelly if you know all these things? So he wasn't around R. Kelly not knowing what R. Kelly would love and what R. Kelly would do. He knew. Jay-Z, same thing. Tour with R. Kelly, you saw what R. Kelly was doing. It's rumored that you were doing the same thing. I could get you not having a problem with something that, you were doing. Jay-Z clearly likes them young. Look at him and Beyonce. He's been with her since, what, like 19, 20 years old? Something like that. Something around that. A person that likes them young, I think a lot of times will use it as an excuse that they're over the age of 18 or that they're over the age 20 so that people don't look at them as a predator. It is still predatorial. 100%. 100%. You 30 something, and this girl is like, you can't find nobody your age or older. Like, excuse me. He was fighting Dame Dash for at one point. He wanted Aaliyah. That Foxy Brown, Vita. Like, how was that not predator? He didn't get with Beyonce when she was like 25, 30. No. That's not when they got together. They had been they had been together. Her whole adult life is him. Now Beyonce dated a couple guys. Like Most Def, the rapper, a guy from high school. She dated around. Her adulthood when it comes to men from 19 up, Jay-Z is all she knows. Jay-Z's all she knows. She went on a date with Marcus Houston. She never dated him. They weren't like dating, but they did go on a go. And they were cool. They're not cool anymore. But they were. They were cool. So he was like Roger on this. They had a stint on Smart Guy. Destiny's Child did an episode of Smart Guy back in the day. And I think they did an episode. Did they do an episode of Sister Sister? I know they was on Smart Guy, Destiny's Child. I don't know if they was a sister or not. But Beyonce did a lot of, cameos back then. She was on the famous Jet Jackson, and whatnot. So, but I did hear, and then TUG and Marcus Houston also produced music for Destiny's Child. So that was another reason they were around each other. But they were never like in a relationship. And Marcus Houston stated that himself, stated that they never, but they did go on a date. That did happen. So yeah, no, Beyonce was younger than that. Now Beyonce met, I don't know nothing about them dating at that age because Jay-Z did know Beyonce while she was in Destiny's Child. There are photos of them, backstage and performance and stuff like that. But at that point in time, allegedly they weren't dating. Like that, it was just them bumping into each other. Allegedly, so I don't know. But Beyonce, Jay-Z has made some creepy music. Some pretty creepy music, like numbers and he even made a song of basically grooming Beyonce. Like he made a song about it. Getting them young, like when they, 18, 19, and whatnot. And, the things you need to teach him before you snatch him up. And then you do it all over again. So a lot of those songs that Beyonce was running around singing, about heartbreak and, all of that, it had a lot to do with what Jay-Z was taking her through. And, restarting, getting with the younger women and restarting the process, like all over again. When songs, she was like, she's like, oh yeah, she may have been pretty, but, like looking down on herself, but like, look at me, you're not 19 anymore. I think the song is called 19. Is that the song by Jay-Z? Because that song, I believe, is about Beyonce. It's about Beyonce. Because how much older than her? Because he got her in a decent amount of years. Like, because he pushing 60. And she just entered her 40s. Like, not too long ago. So, what I'm saying, it's not like he was dating someone his age, or his age frame, at least within a 10 to 15, I would say at least like, if you're going to be over 30 dating, I think a 10-year gap is kind of far, like a 30-year-old dating a 20-year-old. I just feel like, why? Like, that's too big of a gap. I would say 5 years, no more than like 5 years. But when you are, because you can't say that like a 19-year-old is fine as hell, but a 24-year-old isn't. The problem with the 24-year-old is that the 24-year-old is more experienced. The problem that why a 30-year-old would necessarily want to date a 30-year-old is because the 30-year-old is more experienced, so they know more. With a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 18-year-old, stuff like that, it's easier to pull the wool. They have their minds can still be molded, so you can mold them into who you want to be. But a 25 to 30-year-old, I feel like they have a better sense of direction in life and who they want to be. So it's not easy, to come through and try to turn them into who you want them to be. A 19-year-old ain't grown. A 20-year-old isn't grown. An 18-year-old isn't grown. Like their minds can still be molded. It's still a lot for them to learn. So that's why it's better that they date somebody around their age because they're going through the same experiences as they are, instead of you done already been through all of that and been through other things in life too, marriage, divorce, and all of that, but you trying to get with somebody that's just starting out, in life, somebody that you could still consider to be like a kid. It's like a 20-year-old ain't gonna make the best decisions. An 18-year-old ain't gonna make the best decisions. A 19-year-old, they're not 21-year-old, 22, like they're not gonna be making the best decisions in life. They're still learning, You look at them and you say to them, oh, they're young, like they'll get it. Why is that somebody you trying to have a serious relationship with and you like 40 some years old, 30 some years old, 50 some years old? Like, why? To me, that is still predatory. You're just making it just so that you don't get arrested. Because if you are in your late 20s and early 30s and whatnot, or drift into your 40s, and you find attraction in an 8-year-old or a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old, why would not think that you find a 16-year-old attractive? Why would not think that you would find a 15-year-old attractive? Because sometimes those people can look like that. It's easy, especially in this day and age, for a 15-year-old that's makeup down, certain outfit on and whatnot, to pass for like 20, 21. Yeah, it's not hard for a 16-year-old to pass as a 20-year-old, a 17-year-old to pass as a 21-year-old. That's not hard. It's not a hard thing to do. So if he was looking at Beyonce as attractive and wanting to be with her at ages like, 18, 19 years old, to me, that's predatory. It is. I don't know how you look at things, but that's how I look at things. If you're not interested in a 20-year-old, that's good. Like me at 30, I shouldn't be interested in a 20-year-old. Like I literally I only date 20-year-olds. It's different when somebody floats your boat. You meet somebody, you kind of just have this instant spark, a connection, and things happen, but you move on with your life. Like Kruger or older male, meeting someone younger, and something happens, and then you kind of just go your separate ways. But I do think it should be a go your separate way. I think you should let them fly, because it's legal, so, but to me, that's not an excuse. It's not. It's not an excuse. To be like, oh, well, she legal. But, bro, she 18. Like, barely that. Ugh. Like, you don't feel gross? Like, you're not embarrassed? Because I would be embarrassed. I would be completely embarrassed. In my 30s, dating an 18-year-old or messing with an 18-year-old. Like, I got out of high school as much, It's crazy. So I've always kind of side-eyed Jay-Z. And with a lot of Beyonce's behavior, that's why I think it comes off as hypocritical to people. Because it's like, how are you part of the Me Too movement married to someone like Jay-Z? Like, girl, you were a kid. With basically, being him. Like, you were a kid. You weren't grown. Like, girl, you still had a lot to learn in life. And it's a shame his old ass was the one teaching you it. When you could have been going through these things with somebody your age, around your age. Instead, it's like this older male that has been through way more than you, in life, you know. But I mean, when it comes to the Black community, I think it's expected for women to date older. I think it's expected. I think the reason why it's expected for women to date older because in the Black community, a lot of men, boys that become men, had abandoned by their fathers, right? There's a lot of black men in the black community that are not doing what they're supposed to do as fathers, but there are a lot that are. So the ones that are, the fathers, the ones that do fathers in their lives, when they do come of age, it's a small portion, of those men. So then the black women in that community have a certain selected, few that they could choose to have a good life with. Because a lot of them don't know what it is to be a man. And to know what it is to be a man, one has to raise you, meaning a man. Somebody that's taking care of business, somebody that is, feeding, taking care of the home, taking care of the woman, that is there. You need an example, not a TV show, not a Family Matters or a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or nothing like that, because you don't look at that as real. You're looking at that as something that you are seeing in your actuality. If you watch First Prince and see how good this man is treating his wife, and then you look in your actuality and see that whether it's just guardians that you live with, they always constantly fighting and stuff like that, or leaving home for days, and if that's your normal, so that's what you're used to seeing as example. Not everybody had the Beyonce and Solange upbringing. It's where you have mom and dad present your whole life. It's like that's all you knew growing up, was having both parents. So it makes sense that Beyonce and Solange would want to go out there and get married and start families, whatnot, because they have great examples. So with a small proportion of the men that they get to choose from that actually has a real example of a man, so that they know how to be one too. Know that you're supposed to provide for your family. You create a baby, you take care of the baby, like, and you stick it in there even when it's hard, when it gets tough, you still stay. Not everybody has that as an example. Okay. So since men mature way, slower than women, a woman is going to want at a certain point in her life, quickly, a mature man. 9 times out of 10, he's going to be older. So you have these group of boys that they could be dating, but some boys, like, they ain't on ish. They just running around, reciting rap lyrics and stuff all day, fighting and shooting each other, and and all of that stuff. There's no real future with these guys. Take them some time to see, but on their own, what it is to be a man, what it is to have a family, what it is to want a home, a marriage, if they get that far, one day. So, that all takes time. But a lot of women don't be having time for that. They don't. If they want maturity, they want it now. Dude that got their own crib, that got their own car, working, stuff like that. Most older guys have that. So now they have to jump out of their age range, most of the time, if they want that type of maturity. Okay. So to me, that's why it's common for women to date older men, and why the whole Kruger aspect, to where women aren't really dating younger men, because they're super immature the majority of the time. So to me, Krugers mean Stella getting her groove back. That's what a Kruger is to me. A Kruger is somebody that's usually a woman that's usually pretty established in life, has a focus, knows what she wants, or at least heading towards it, holding down a job, a crib, all of that stuff, and probably just not into a relationship or haven't met anybody that they feel that they should engage, in a relationship. So they have a little plaything, like they have their needs, and, he matched what I need, and then I send him on his way, type of situation. So that's how I look at it, that the Krugers is usually truly about, usually, or just company. It's not about like getting serious, and that's why you really don't see many Krugers, because I think, again, women are more mature than men. So most women would prefer consistency over random. Men don't care. They'll sleep with a different woman every night if it's allowed. So yeah, so I think that's why we see less Krugers and way more men, older men dating younger women, because a lot of them just When they want a kid or it's time for them to move, move out and stuff like that, a lot of these dudes don't be on it. Like they don't be ready. A lot of them still live at home and stuff like it's like I'm not moving in with you and your grandma. I'm not moving in with you and your mama. Like I'm ugh. Like nah. So but older guys, they have their own place. Come and pick them up, take them out to eat. So like okay, So that's why I think a lot of women date older men because the maturity level at a younger age, women already be there where it took, years for a 30-year-old or 35-year-old male to get to. A lot of times women be there already at like 20, you know. They're already just as level headed and, ready to pursue certain things, I think that's why it's also way more female graduates nowadays when it comes to high school and college. Because the consistency, women are resilient and men are too, but I think men are again, it takes them longer to mature, so we too busy thinking about, and stuff like that. We worry about the wrong shit. That testosterone is something fierce, okay? And that estrogen allows y'all to focus a little bit better than we are able to. So that's why it's hard for me to judge a lot of men. It just depends on like how far the age gets. But if you I would say 35-year-old man and you dating a 25-year-old woman, I'm not gonna really like frown upon that. It's just kind of like, okay, well, she's 25, she's lived, she's chilling. Enough time to graduate college, and all that stuff. There's plenty of time to have grown, and actually lived and made some mistakes and, all that stuff. And then a 35-year-old man, I feel like they're kind of like neck and neck, like a 25-year-old woman and 25-year-old man. Maturity level wise, I think they're like neck and neck. But you 45, 50, dating a 20-year-old or 21-year-old, why? I would never want someone in my home as old as my kid. Like that would be, my 18-year-old son coming home seeing me with somebody that he went to school with or is going to school with. No. Like, I don't want anything to do with that. But shout out the people that do. Good for y'all, because you better than me. You is better than me. Okay? You got to be at least, I would say, 10 to 15 years older than my kid. If I'm even going to consider it. Consider like being in like a real relationship with you, taking you in a public, introduce you to my family, and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm going to need this to be appropriate. And if you are ashamed of something, then it's not appropriate. It's like, why are you doing it? If you're ashamed to show your kids who you're dating or bring this person to like a family dinner or something like that, then that probably means that you shouldn't be with this person. Probably you should let this go. This ain't it. Back to the drawing board. You should go. So, yeah. And the Jay-Z and Beyonce relationship has always been kind of like that. I think the older people get, the more accepting people become of the age difference. But it's also rumored too why they were lying about Beyonce's age. Aaliyah lied about her age. She did. She either lied about it or would just act like she didn't want to talk about how old she was. Girl. Okay, Beyonce, how old is Beyonce? Beyonce is 40, what? Beyonce 43. And she just turned 43 this year. And Jay-Z is 54. So he on his way to 60. And Beyonce just started a journey towards that way. So then you got to think about, okay, hold on. Get this together too. Jay-Z. Okay, so in 2001, they became public. But the first time they met each other was in 99 when she was in Dead Out. And at that point in time, she was under the age of 18 in Destiny's Child. So Girl. So, Beyonce was allegedly like between 18, 19 years old when she first started dating Jay-Z. And Jay-Z was what, 30 something? Weird. I, weird. Weird. Girl. I don't know. To me, that's weird. That's weird. I always found that a little suspect. I'm like, she's like a little girl. Like, why are you like near her? Craziness. Yeah. Crazy. What do y'all think about that? Because, yeah. So it says Beyonce told 17 she met Jay Z when she was 18, but they began dating about a year and a half later. The rapper is 12 years older than his wife. What says? Um, I don't know about all that. Because the first time they was linked was in 1999. That's the photo that she don't ever talk about and that he don't ever talk about. That Destiny's Child photo. So I feel like Beyonce was talking from 1999. They met each other in 1999 and started dating about a year and a half later. So, yeah, around the time she was turning 18, sliding into 19. I don't think she's being honest. I really don't. I don't. I think he was on her roll when she was like 16, 17 years old. I really feel that way. I just don't think they're being honest about that. Because it shouldn't be. 'Cause when you start dating somebody, you just start dating. When I started dating my man, I was 29. It's not I was 28 or 29. No, I was 29. Like, yeah. Like, when it went to We Are an Item, I was 29. I remember. Like, I remember that. Duh. Like, I remember. It's not a 20. I don't know. Maybe I was 28. Maybe. No, I was 29. I was 29. It was after September, around the holidays. And yeah. So I was 29. If it was before September, or I couldn't remember, like if it was around that month or not, then I would be like, okay, man, I don't know. Maybe it was like right as I was turning 29, something like that. But I could be really specific. They can't be specific. She says 18 or 19, about a year and a half. About a year and a half. No, say how old you were. Say how old you were. She doesn't say how old she was. And that's the thing. And it's been rumored for years that Beyonce has been lying about her age. It's been rumored. Artists were known to do it. Artists were known to do it. It's also how they got into like clubs and stuff early, and stuff like that by changing certain information on their birth certificate, and whatnot. But yeah, there was this big debacle today about Usher, Pink, and Beyonce. It was listed that they were basically all the same age, but then their ages started changing. But then their ages started changing. Like they all went from being the same age to different. Hmm. Correct. It was Pink, Usher, and Beyonce. I believe they were all the same ages at one point because Pink is 45. Pink, 45. Okay, how old was Usher? I think Usher the same age. Let's see. I don't want to guess. 46. Usher's 46. Usher's 46. And now Beyonce 43. Excuse me? Like, wait a minute, what? How she become the baby? How she become the baby? Oh, Brooklyn says Sean Beyonce is 45. I could not with y'all. Brookie said, Sean, she's 45. Like, I don't know what you over there reading. I don't know what the you talking about. But Beyonce, Peace and Lil Peace are 45. I cannot with y'all. Okay? I cannot. Hold on, okay, let me type this. Hold on. Beyonce, because I'm just telling y'all what I heard, girl. Beyonce and let's see. In 2015, it says right here, in 2015, Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles, made a comment on the radio show, The Breakfast Club, that implied Beyonce is older she claims to be. Knowles said that Beyonce is the same age as Pink, who was born in 1979, and that Usher was also the same age. I'm just telling y'all. I remember back in the day, they said that they were all like the same age. Beyonce, Usher, and Pink. They were all the same age. And then the age is still changing. It's just like, wait a minute. I'm like, isn't Beyonce the same ages? And then it's like, no. It's like, what? But her dad said in 2015, Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles, made a comment on the radio show The Breakfast Club that implied Beyonce is older than she claims to be. Mm-hmm. So, I thought Beyonce was born in 81. Girl, me too. That's what it said when you type her name in. September what? 4th or 5th? No, 4th. September 4th. 1981. Because she's the same age as my FC. Shout out to my FC. They're the same age. My favorite cousin. She and Beyonce are the same age, and both of their birthdays in September. So, yeah. What do y'all think? It says, Beyonce's official birthday is September 4th, 91, making her 34 years old at this time of this article. Making her 34 years old. However, a conspiracy theory has been circulating for years that she is actually 41. Knowles' comment fueled the rumor that Beyonce is lying about her age. Girl, I remember this. This was a big story. Like, it was big. At this point, Beyonce 50. Ooh, be nice to Beyonce. That's my girl. She is lying. Y'all think so? Y'all think Beyonce lying about her age, girl? I mean, it's like, what's 2 years, though? Like, what's 2 years? I mean, you was 43, but you're actually 45. What's wrong with being 45? Do your research. I just looked her up, Sean. What research I need to do? And who the fuck you talking to? What research I need to do? I can said it. In 2015, her father, her daddy, not me, because I don't know Beyonce, her daddy made a comment on the radio show, The Breakfast Club, that implied Beyonce is older than she claims. Knowles said that Beyonce is the same age Pink. Her fucking daddy said that. What research I need to do? Got your damn nerve. What research I need to do? Who was born in 1979? Pink. And that Usher was also the same age. Usher just turned 46. What research I need to do? I'm confused. Beyonce's official birthday is September 4th, 1981, making her 34 years old. This is at the time of this article on around 2018. A conspiracy theory has been circulating for years that she is actually 41. Knowles' comment fueled the rumor that Beyonce is lying about her age. Knowles will be her father. Beyonce's name is fucking Carter. What I need to research? It's in front of me. Get it together. No, you research. I don't need to research anything. It's a rumor, and her father started it. You gonna argue with her daddy? I'm about to argue with him. His sperms created her. Who am I to argue with him, the creator? Who am I? Yeah. You got to talk to her father. I didn't say that on the Breakfast Club. Even if I did, I don't know what to say. So I would look crazy trying to tell her that she's lying about her own age. Like, that would be weird. Her father, father said that, not SeanDavieWay. So I was asking my audience, do they believe she's lying or do they believe she's telling the truth? My audience gets to express how they feel. We don't have to research our goddamn thing. We're talking about our research. Like, what? We're talking about our research. Research says her daddy started the rumor in 2015. 10 years ago. Well, about to be 10 years ago. Her daddy, her fucking father, said that. Not SeanDavieWay. Like, I've never met Beyonce before in my life, so I can't tell her nothing about her life. Like, I could tell her what I read. I could tell her what I seen, but that's about it. I seen that your daddy said that you was Pink age and Pink is 45. Why are you not? Why aren't you? Like, but I do remember when they all came out that it was listed like, what magazine was that? Was it Word Up magazine or something like that? I don't know. But I used to read, I believe, Word Up magazine and stuff like that all the time because I always had like B2K and like Janae, Marcus Houston and them when I used to like him before we found out everything we found out. And it said they were all like the same age. It is. It said like all of them. Yeah, because they were on a cover. They were all on the cover together. They were all on the cover because they were all the same age. Like literally. Like they were all the same age at the same time. Like Usher and Pink are 45 together before, one turns. So like when Usher turned 47, Pink will be 46 with him before he turns 47. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So Beyonce was in that same bracket. She was turning with them too. So Beyonce and Pink and Usher would all be 45 at the same time before Usher turned 46 that year. Okay? And then Beyonce and Pink will turn 46. And then Usher, Beyonce, and Pink will all be 46. And then Usher will be turning 47. So it was like that. And then it went from that to Beyonce being 2 years older than Pink and 3 years older than Usher. I mean, younger. 2 years younger than Pink and 3 years younger than Usher. Kind of happened like out of nowhere. It's just like, huh? What? What's going on here? Yeah. And it also stemmed that too because it used to say like when you would Google when Beyonce and Jay-Z got together, it would be 18 that Beyonce started dating Jay-Z at 18. And then it changed to 18 or 19 because it's like her age changed. So it's a girl. Real. Real. And then it says, hold on. So, hold on, let me pull this up too. Just to be messy. Just to be messy. Just to be messy. Hold on. Let's get messy. Okay. So, if he's 12 years older than Beyonce, she is, because he about to be, what, 55 this year. And she's technically, allegedly, 45. Then he's only 10 years older than her. Not 12. Crazy. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I think it's weird. I think it's weird the fact that this is recent. I could not scream tell a bay a little loud to the right. Look like Blueface around the eyes. I could not. Since we're being messy, what year was it? Her stomach. Tamara, girl, you got your nerve. That was a movie she was working on. I don't know what y'all talking about. Blue Ivy is real. That she had her. She had her. Baby, she's laughing. I think he's probably so. You think so? I cannot. I cannot. She was on Search when in '93. She was on Star Search. Ooh, not '83. I can. I cannot. I cannot. Now she's on Star Search in '83. It was '93. Was it '93? Yeah, I think '93. Like '93. She was in that group Girl Time or whatever. She was in a group at the time. I know they need to stop acting like Destiny's Child wasn't a Beyonce. Literally. How they tried to explain it back in the day. I used to laugh so hard. I used to be like, girl, the group is basically called Matthew's Child. Okay? Cut it the out. Beyonce was the Destiny. I mean, Matthew and the mama, Tina, was the Destiny, and Beyonce was the child. So that's what the group was. Destiny's Child means Beyonce. That's what it means. Like, I'm like, how? Literally, imagine calling multiple women in a group a child. It's multiple people. I could see one person being called Destiny's Child. Destiny's with an apostrophe and an S, child, meaning one person, one child, one baby, one kid. That's a group name. Think about the name Destiny's Child. Is that a group name? Right, Destiny's Churn, Destiny's Daycare, or something. Destiny's Group, Destiny's Girls, Destiny's Girls. So that would make sense. Destiny's Child? You're talking about one person. One person. Beyonce. Like, because I'm like, Destiny's Child. Like, I was always thinking about that as a kid. I was like, why is it like child? What does this name mean? Because, most people, when they name their group, there's a reason, behind the group, like 702, whatever from, 112, stuff like that. B2K, Boys of the New Millennium, Backstreet Boys, In Sync. They sing in sync, they dance in sync. Like, that made sense. Prince and the Revolution, and all that stuff made sense. I'm David Ruffins, and this is them Temptations. Yes, I am David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations. So, right, the Jackson Five, absolutely. Those names made sense, but like Destiny's Child never made sense to me. Never made sense. I'm like, this is a dumb name for a group. Like I just don't get it. A collective. So Thundercloud, don't try to clean it up for them. Thundercloud, do not try to clean it up. Leave it dirty. Leave it a mess, because that's what it is. We did used to say Destiny's Children. Did y'all? Did y'all? I cannot. I always call them Destiny's Child. Don't get me wrong. Love the group. Amazing. But I was like, child? Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Like, who? Who's the child? And then I was like, oh, it's Beyonce. Roxy says Beyonce's age is one of the mysteries of the world. I don't think it's a mystery. I think don't nobody. People used to do it all the time. Like when Michael Jackson was in the Jackson Five, they did it to make him seem older though. Because he was so little, and that man voice, coming out of him, it made sense to say that he was older, you know, and stuff. No, or did they say he was younger? Did they push him to be younger? I don't know, one or the other. But it was like a thing that they did in Hollywood, you know, like back in the day. But they were always about like the true age. So we didn't go around for years thinking Michael Jackson was years older, years younger than he actually was when he hit teen years. Like, no, we know exactly, you know, how old he was. Um, yes, younger. So, oh, now Michael Jackson was 10 for 6 years. I know, because then Ben, he had a mustache. Ben, the two of us. Hello. Hello. Like, not. I'm just like, let me see. This, because Solange have a lot about her age. Let me see. Let me see if Beyonce's still the little, the big sister. Let me look and make sure Beyonce's still the big sister. You know, let me make sure, girl, because you know things change. Let me make sure Solange ain't older. Let me check. I make sure, girl. Let me make sure, girl, because she might be the little sister now. Let me find out Solange's 46. Solange's still the younger sister, y'all. She's still the younger sister. You know, we have to make sure. You know, we have to check. Because, you know, Beyonce going from 45 to 43 is amazing. Beyonce said, how dare y'all say I'm out of my 30s? Beyonce said, no, I'm going to need at least two more years. I have to push my album back. And I plan it's coming out while I'm still in my 30s. So I'm going to need y'all to pull two of them off of me from them. 30 my ass. I'm 28. Okay? I'm 28. I mean, because Cash Doll, now that's the mystery. Because we still trying to figure out how old the hell she is. So, but I'm a girl. One minute she was 12, then she was 28. You know, she went from niece to auntie. You know, it's just like, girl. Now, that was the mystery. Let me find out Cash Doll ain't number 22. Cash Doll 22, you horse baby. Now, that's a mystery. Because, girl, that age changed every week. On each blog, she was a different age. And I'm a girl, Neighborhood Talk, she was 28. In the Shade Room, she was 26. So in the Shade Room Teens, she was 17. You know, so it's just like, girl. Ooh, not Cash Doll, like about 38. I will say that I do think she's an 80s baby. Do give 80s. She don't give 90s. Not at all. Not at all. She don't give these, baby. She don't give that. She got 10 anniversary. It's giving that. Donna Cloud. It's giving that girl. I remember the struggle twerk Michelle did. That was not a struggle twerk. Don't do that. We love Michelle. Michelle and Kelly, like, those are our girls. Well, it was a struggle twerk, though, because there's too much gospel in her back. I said, girl, you need to get that Christian out your back, girl. Girl, you got to get... Girl, you gotta get that Christian on your back, so you got. I'm like, girl, you gotta get all that God. It's the God in me. You gotta get all that Lord out your back, girl, so you can arch it with. Girl, you gotta arch it with. I'm like, yeah, get the Lord all out your spine, girl. That's all that word. I said, ooh, you saved. You too saved. No, girl, that's the saved twerk. Like, girl, you got to do the heathen one. Girl, you got to do the I got a baby daddy. Where? I don't know what you up here doing. You up here doing, your hymen's still intact. What you doing, girl? You still got your hymen, girl. You miss it. Because that's how you dancing, girl. Y'all know I love me some Michelle. But yeah, Yes, that same twerk. It's like, girl, I'm gonna need you to be a heathen. No. Now you can sing, God. Go right ahead, because, you're in that Jabberjaw. You know. After all of the darkness and sadness. I'm like, Michelle, hurry up. This is why they gave you the bridge. This is why they always giving you the bridge. Because, girl, it be taking to you too long. I like them boys, they look a scroll and I just get on the. It's like, girl, hurry up. Beyonce came in, we like them boys up top from the BK. Talking about Jay-Z. Know how to split that money 3 ways. I'm like, yes, Beyonce. Always riding big on the freeway. With that East Coast slang that is country girls we like. I'm like, yes, Beyonce, girl. Yes. Beyonce came in, And then my girl, Kelly, girl, she killed it. And then here come Michelle. Here come Michelle. Hey, Michelle, girl. Hey, girl. Here she comes to wreck the day. Here she comes to wreck the day. That's what Michelle gave every time. But that was still our girl. Okay, she hung in there. All right. Okay, hung in there. We was proud of her. So yeah, we love you, Michelle, girl. We love you, girl. Kelly is my girl. Like, I love Kelly down. I love Kelly down. Like, that's my girl. I love Kelly down. But yeah. We love Michelle too. We love you, Michelle Raw. Like, we love you. Like, all we know for Destiny's Child means Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. That's what Destiny's Child mean. We don't care about none of the other members. Shout out to y'all. All of y'all are some fucking losers. All of y'all are some fucking replacements. All of y'all are Tavia, Latoya, all of them. None of y'all make the cut. Then none of y'all make the cut. We don't want to hear it. And y'all was talented, but oh well. But oh well. We love Michelle. Michelle did her thing. That's our Destiny's Child. All right. She may have came in as a replacement, but she did what needed to be done. Like, her vocals, she can sing. Like, all that. I used to love when Beyonce would say that. She was like, now we can all sing. Period. Correct. I was just like, girl. So yeah, I was very happy that they got Latavia out the group. Latoya was always a great singer. Latoya is talented. Beautiful songstress. Latavia, not so much. No. Did y'all ever hear her sing? No. Yeah. Latavia could carry a tune. Latavia was more so of the shoo, 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 shoo. She was one of them girls, you know. Latoya is not a background singer. Latoya is definitely a front runner. Like, you get her verses, and whatnot, bridges, all that. She can sing. The girl could sing her face off. Okay, Latoya could definitely sing. But because I love "Torn" by Latoya. I love that song. Torn in between the slice, like, yes, Latoya. And then "Not Anymore." I love that song by Latoya. This is dedicated to this is dedicated to. I love that song. So yeah. So shout out to Latoya. Latoya can sing. Latoya used to be in her bag. Latavia, Farrah. Because Latoya gave Michelle, like, Michelle has a very strong, like, gospel-y, type of raspy voice, beautiful voice. And Latoya gave that too. So if Latoya, like, I think, like, Latoya, Beyonce, Michelle, and Kelly crushed it. That would have been an amazing sound coming from the group. That would have been amazing. Correct. But Farrah, Latavia, sweet girls and everything, but just not like group type of girls. Like, not at all. Not at all. Thank you, Gemini Queen. Thank you. Yeah, so Latavia is not a songstress. Farrah, She was just pretty. She was just pretty. That's it. And Beyonce couldn't stand her because it's like, why are you here? Like the famous clip when Beyonce was just like, well, it's better that you make it home and send for your stuff and send for your luggage. Because Beyonce was just like, why are you here? Girl, we doing all the vocals. We doing all the overdubs. We like, girl, this us. Like, you not needed. Just go home. Just, we'll talk to you later. So, a lot of people look at Beyonce being a bitch. Like, no, she was just working hard. Like, her and the other group members were actually. So when Fair would be on stage, she would be lip syncing. She was not like on any vocals because her vocals were trash. Like, she's not a good singer. So she didn't mesh or gel with the girls. So when you see the song Jumpin', because it's 11:30 and the club is jumping, jumping. She was just lip syncing with them. She wasn't actually singing. You hear Beyonce, Michelle, and Kelly in those vocals. You don't hear Sarah at all. Not even a little bit. They sent her way down. That's that word. Matthew was like, yeah, turn her all the way down, and turn up Kelly, Beyonce, and Michelle. Turn them all the way up. Put Beyonce and Kelly on max, and then throw Michelle behind them, and then just cut Farrah. Like that's just how it was. When they got on stage, Farrah be hitting her mic. Oh, it's true, you got a man, but the body. The party ain't gonna stop, so let's make it high. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all? Beyonce be like, last week and you stayed at home alone and lonely. Couldn't find your man, he was chilling with his homie. What? Like they could not stand her. And it wasn't because, she was complaining and stuff like, that too. But it was more so because she wasn't talented. That's it. Beyonce was having a bad day. They could use Kelly as a step in or Michelle as a step in. Like, hey, sing Beyonce part. She's sick. She don't feel good. She's just gonna be on stage with us, but sing her part. Kelly could do that. Michelle could do that. Farrah, you see, they got rid of her, and it wasn't just because she wouldn't sleep with Matthew. Because I do think Matthew was trying to sleep with her. I do. I do think Matthew knows. Tried to sleep with Farrah. I do. And I do think like when Beyonce was depressed and stuff when she was a teenager, like in the group and whatnot, I do think the public had her depressed, but I think her dad had her more depressed than anybody because she was a daddy's girl and he was like super cheating on her mom, like with fans and all of that. Ended up getting some of them pregnant. That's why that was like the final draw when Straw and Tina ended up leaving him when he had children. But yeah, he was sleeping with their fans, all of that. Yes, yes. For people to get backstage, hotel rooms and stuff to meet the girls. He'd bring girls in there to meet them and then sleep with them after. He was definitely sleeping with the fans and consistently. And she would have to watch. She would have to watch her dad flirt with these girls and touch these girls and, them doing anything for him and to him to get close to the group. And then, especially when the group members were like changing, like revolving doors. Yeah. He was sleeping with all of the girls that was like trying out to be in Destiny's Child and all of that. Like he was slanging that thing. He sure was. Destroying their family. And people wonder why Solange didn't want to join Destiny's Child. Solange was like, yeah, no. I'm good. Like, yeah, I'll pass. Y'all go ahead. I'll pass. Because Matthew wanted Solange in the group for a year. He kept trying to get her to join Destiny's Child, and she would always say no. At first, I thought she was too young. I'm like, she's too young to be in a group. Her look was way younger back in the day when Solange was like, rocking braids and all of that stuff, hanging out with Bow Wow, doing movies and stuff with him. But she just looked too young. I'm like, yeah, these Destiny's Child look like grown women. Solange don't. Like, she don't look like a grown woman. She look like a teenage girl. So, but she would always say no because she was stand-in when they needed like an extra dancer or an extra vocalist. when they got rid of girls, like when they because like Latavia and them left the group or got kicked out of the group, while Destiny Child was on tour. So Solange would step in and do shows with Kelly and Beyonce and whatnot, and Matthew really liked her in the group. And everybody got along good, you know. Beyonce and her sister, Kelly is like a sister to them, so yeah, so they got along real well. So he really wanted her to stay in the group, and he kept saying no, or she kept saying no. So Kelly. Solange was like, look, I'll do these couple dates, but that's it. And Solange was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be in this group, you know. But she was like an honorary member of Destiny's Child, but it was never on tour. You know, she never like besides being a cameo in their videos, she was never like a group member. She didn't want to be. So I always thought that Kelly was low key his kid. You would think so. Because from what I gather, Kelly family ain't shit. The Knowles done had her since she was a kid, you know, since she was in the group Girls Time with Beyonce at a very young age. So she was pretty much like a family member. She like lived with them and all of that. There are inappropriate things allegedly that happened between, you know, Matthew and Kelly. I think that strengthened Kelly and Beyonce's bond. Because one, I don't believe Kelly fell for any of his advances. And two, she kept the secret. She kept the secret. But there are rumors out there, you know, that he would hit on every member in the group except for Beyonce. That he kicked Latavia and Latoya out the group because they wanted other men and not him. Because they were dating Jagged Edge, the twins in Jagged Edge, Latavia and Latoya, because they were all on tour at the time. Jagged Edge, Destiny's Child. And Matthew felt like Latavia and Latoya were more focused on being in relationships than they were in the group. So that's truly why he gave them the boot. Like, it's giving jealousy. Like, since y'all so focused on having men, well, Beyonce was dating. She was dating too. So she was dating too, but she didn't get kicked out of the group. So I'm like, well, that's weird. But yeah, they were dating. Jagged Edge, yes, the Jagged Edge tea, girl. And the brother was allegedly dating like Latavia, well, who's it, Brandon? Was dating Latavia and Candy from Escape at the same time. With a baby mama. So there was a lot going on back in the day. Because Candy brought Jagged Edge out. That was basically her group, Jagged Edge. Mm-hmm. Writing songs for him, producing for him. Yes. Yes. Because Candy was sleeping with the lead singer. So, yeah. But he on a tour sleeping with Destiny's Child. Well, no, I'm not going to say Destiny's Child, but, you know, the brother is sleeping with Latavia and Latoya. And they said that they used to switch places all the time. So I'm pretty sure Latavia and Latoya slept with both brothers. Because they said they would switch, you know, because they are identical. So they would switch. So it was pretty wild. It's pretty wild. You know, back then. And then, you know, Candy found out about Latavia and Latoya. That was a problem, of course. But Candy's scary and didn't do nothing. But Matthew did. Matthew knows. He said, yeah, y'all gotta go. Since y'all wanna have boyfriends, you know, and all of that stuff. You know, do it on your own fucking time. Since y'all don't wanna sleep with me. You know, all you just. So, yeah. That's why they got booted at the same time. Because that's not a coincidence. They both got kicked out of the group at the same time. But what was going on? They were dating. They were dating. And he didn't want them to. Because Kelly was always a good girl. She did what she was told. Same thing with Beyonce. She did what she was told. Latavia and Latoya said, Matthew, Beyonce, your daddy, girl, he need to give me back my bras. I know he the one who took them. So, yeah, they didn't listen to Matthew at all. They always rebelled against him. He got tired of it, which to me, that's not being rebellious. These are teenage girls. They're gonna want to date. It's normal. Normally, they would be in high school right now, dating, you know? So they're around cute boys. Why wouldn't they date? Like, leave them alone. What's the deal? As long as nobody get pregnant, you know? I could see him making sure they have like abstain from sex, you know, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you're on tour, you don't want to, you know, wind up catch something, catch a baby, you know, something like that. It's like you don't want your opportunity to be ruined. You can't have no baby on tour. You can be pregnant on tour. I mean, it's just not a good look. Women do it all the time, but it's frowned upon. You know, it's not a good look to be pregnant on tour. So, yeah, but yeah, so. Girl. They were too old for high school. Destiny Child came out as teenagers. We went from Girls' Time to Destiny's Child. Yeah. So they were famous as teenagers. When Destiny's Child got that big break, they were like 14, between 14 and 16. The girls. Yeah. The first album, all of them were teenagers. That's also when they went on tour. So you got a bunch of teenagers on tour. You know, they're like, that would have been crazy. I can imagine going on tour with people that young. Oh, I'm sure that was a nightmare. I'm sure that was like when you're the adult. Oh God, no. I would rather everybody be grown because then like you ain't really got to worry about much, you know. But when they being minors and stuff like that, it's like you really got to keep your eye on them, you know. Crazy, insane. But I have to get out here. Thank y'all for the 869 likes. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. Oh my God, I love you guys. Like, oh my God, I love you guys. I have to go get my church from school. But we will absolutely be doing a coffee today. I got to get some topics because I have not been like plugged in. So I'll get some topics, and that's why I didn't go live yesterday because I'm like, I really have like nothing to talk about. I have nothing to talk about. So yeah, and I'm making chili today. It's cold here, so I love chili. My son loves chili, so I'm gonna make some chili, and then while it's slow cooking, I'll go live with you guys on coffee. I absolutely will. But until then, I'll see y'all tomorrow over here. We will be back with more tea. If Diddy is granted bail, we're going live immediately. So I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I find out we're going live 1 o'clock in the morning. So if he's granted bail or denied bail, we will be live. But until then, we will be live tomorrow again with more hot topics. So I hope you guys come over and visit me. I have some more survivings that I'm getting together, Surviving Bad Boy and Surviving Hollyweird. So we're going to be getting those pushed out too, especially over the holidays. So I won't be live a lot. I may do a Thanksgiving roast if I have time. I'm supposed to be going to see family. So I may do a Thanksgiving roast, but if not, I will definitely be dropping survivings. So y'all get a lot of those until probably like Sunday or Monday. We'll probably be back live, but I will be dropping content instead. But I do when I'm around my family and try to really enjoy and soak up, you know, the time that I have with them. So yeah, so we probably won't be live a lot. But I love you guys. Okay. Okay. Until the next show. Bye. Thank you for all the super stickers, cash apps, likes, these all everything. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.